was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. What up? When I was a little boy, I put my hood on my back. All eyes on me and nobody cut me no slack. While bowling up and down, that cold money was all I thought. And daddy was selling drugs, so it made me say fuck sports. Him teaching me the game, felt like he was passing the torch. I'm from the projects, I jumped off the stoop, not a port. My OGs was my idols, not no Meech or Rick Ross. And remember, to be a boss, life was always the cause. I carry Christ on my back, that's why they call me the cross. And whenever shit was rough, I just hustle and stay my course. And every time I pull myself back on my feet, digging my cleats. Every step I take, rip up the streets. A gun in a vest, some money and weed is all I need. When I hit the block, my mama started losing her sleep. To love a nigga like me is really not for the weak. I became a villain after that 100 bullets ate up my Uncle G. I was a bad son, now I'm a good dad. I'm hands-on, my kids ain't raised by no iPad. I show up every day, if you a man, try that. Can't call yourself a man if you make a child and deny that.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, man? What up, though, chat? Oh, I got. Yo, 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 yo. Okay. Gotta wait for somebody to pull up so I can know. Let me know if my mic good, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Good Dad, Bad Son. Waiting for the fellas to pull up. And come on with they bull crap. Let me see. We got some good ones tonight, fellas. Ladies and gents. We got us a good one tonight. What's poppin', great brother? My great brother Josh, man. What's poppin', bro? Can Black America be fixed, man? Can Black America be fixed? And is Trump the boss? That's what he told them. He told them to their face. He's the boss. Karmelo Anthony. Was he sacrificed and sold out by his own parents? And is Michelle Obama a man? Josh, you think Michelle Obama a man? I still haven't seen any pictures of her pregnant. I think Maine was supposed to send me some pictures of her pregnant. I still haven't seen any. Oh, let me see if this. And that boy Casanat is out here shutting Atlanta down. I said no too, Josh. I don't think she a man. But I don't understand why she don't have no pictures of her pregnant though anywhere. That's weird. Do you think she had those kids, or was it the friends that they be saying? Do you think she birthed them two little girls? They have a beautiful family though. Right up. Definitely a beautiful family. Casanat out here shutting the A down, man. Let's get right to it. Run through some clips to the fellas pull up. Oh, Josh. Is Jalen Brunson the greatest Nick ever, man? I'll wait for the fellas to pull up, but that's what I would like to know. CJ, what up, baby? You haven't seen anything that says she is a man. That's a fact. I haven't. I just want to know where's the pregnant pictures at, and why Barack keep calling her Michael though? That's weird. I'm never gonna call Bree. I'm never gonna call Brianna Brian. Never, never. I'm never gonna call Brianna Brian or Brandon or none of that. Why he keep saying Michael when he refer to her? That's weird. And the pictures, Josh. Where's the pictures at? Oh. CJ, you was in the A? Nah, CJ, I know you wasn't down there. I know you wasn't down there. I know you went to work or something. They shut State Farm Arena down, man. Kai shut State Farm Arena down where the Hawks play, bro. Shut it down. Over with. Over with. Check this out. Oh, you up top. Oh, you up top for the parade. You getting ready for the parade. My man got up out of here.
1-2. It ain't even been 30 fucking minutes. 1-2.
State Farm Arena, man. That's crazy.
No, God, don't shut it down.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. How the fuck did all these niggas get here in 40 fucking minutes? Where the fuck was y'all at? Who gave y'all niggas a drop? What the fuck, bro?
It don't even be that many people out there for the game. I've been out there earlier. It don't even be that many people out there for the game. That's crazy. That's crazy. CJ said, damn, that is crazy. That's crazy. State Farm Arena. Peace, Bree. Yeah, they shut the city down with that one. They're not playing behind Kyle. Hold on, I got another one. They had to shut it down. I got another one. They had to shut it down. Bro, I'm not about to be in the middle of that. Yo. And it be spur of the moment. That's crazy. 40 minutes? All that in 40 minutes? CJ, I'm about to play that. I did see that, CJ. I did see that. But I didn't, is that true? I didn't feel like that was true for some reason. Josh said, how they got out there? Everybody got a call. No, I think you could take the train. No, the train. I think you could take the train out there. Right on, CJ. I think the train is right up the street. I think you could take the train there. But yeah, the train lets you up in the joint, I believe. In the State Farm Arena. Word. Word. I believe so. I'm about to play that right now. CJ, I didn't think that was true, though. I thought that was fake news. I mean, let me see something. No, not that. I think that was fake news, CJ. Josh, they had to get on the train. And Homeboy said 40 minutes. I don't know, man. Yeah, that stream is, man. Streaming done took over, bro. Rappers streaming done killed hip-hop. The streamers done killed the rappers. These niggas don't even want to be rappers no more. These niggas, the rappers are broke. The streamers got the bread. Rappers ain't talking about nothing. Let's see. 49 dead, 17 critically injured after a bomb blew up during Kai Streamer University. This can't be true, bro. That should be national news, right? What up, Kurt?
Hey, what's happening?
So, hold on. I don't know, CJ. And this was last night. This was last night.
That's the whole city of Boston.
CJ, I think if 49, I think if 49 was dead and 17 critically injured, he would have never did that pop up at the at State Farm Arena. That's more than what Diddy went through. Ain't no way. This can't be right. Hold on, let me see. Costner, Casper, 49 people were killed and 17 others injured in a mass explosion bombing outside Buford's Bar on West 6th Street in downtown. The first 911 call came in and police say 3 officers returned fire, killing a suspect gunman at the scene. Confirmed 3 of the injured remain in critical. Yeah, that can't be right. That's something. I don't know. I don't know why they put that title up there like that. That's crazy. What up, Kurt?
What's happening?
Same old.
Can you hear
same
me?
old. Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Ain't no reverberation or background.
Nah, you sound good. So the titles for tonight is Can Black America Be Fixed? Is Trump the boss? Carmelo Anthony, was he sold out by his parents? And is Michelle Obama a man? You think Michelle Obama a man, Kurt?
No, hell no.
No.
That's just trash. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They've been trying to run that conspiracy for years, man. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Yeah, you said nah. Does anybody think she's a man in the chat?
We've seen a lot of strong-boned women. You know, they got that strong cheekbone. You know?
I don't think they talking about how she looked. They're not talking about how she looked.
Man, they ain't got
They
no.
talking about. They talking about what Joan Rivers said. They talking about what Joan Rivers said, and they talking about the fact that you never seen her pregnant, and Barack Obama keep calling her Michael.
I ain't never heard them call him Michael. I've seen clips where they didn't that AI bullshit. Man, I ain't never seen
That's
that.
hard. What you mean? What?
I've seen the AI clips and all of that shit, but
AI clips of what?
With Obama having supposedly said that Michael or some shit. They cut that clip up and they run that shit just to try to throw
fake?
dirt. Hell yeah, man.
Oh.
You could believe that if Michelle Obama was a man, there would be somebody that in her past saying, "Oh, I remember when she was Michael," or you know, they'd have been able to dig that up. I mean, you know, that's just something you wouldn't be able to hide. They'd be able to pull up a birth certificate saying Michael, and her name changed to Michelle. You know, it's just. I hate people just throwing shit out there. Joan Rivers, especially. You know, she's just another white person trying to throw dirt on somebody.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Some in the crowd could be heard laughing, while others seemed shocked. Rogan did not address the comments, saying,
Joe Rogan took that mic from him, though. Joe Rogan was like, nah, you on some bullshit.
Right. What if they, all of a sudden, a whole bunch of black people start saying, Melania Trump is really a man, and, you know, and want to run with it on a platform? You know, now if they come up with some legitimate proof that she's a man, they should leave that shit. You know?
Bree said she's not a man. She just has very strong facial features.
That's
Josh said you got to look at who questioning it and their purpose. It would have been came out. They ain't got enough money to cover that up. That's true. Nah, see, hey, but damn, what the fuck was I saying? You said something, Bert. I mean, Kurt.
where you
I
get
forgot what I was about to
personal.
say that fast. Um, it's not about her facial features though. Damn, I forgot what it was. Something you had just said, man. I was gonna be rebuttal.
About somebody in her past, like kids that went to school with a Michael, and
Oh no, no, this. But the president of France wife is a man. and they everybody was going against Candace Owens saying she was wrong and they fake sued her and all that and not Tucker Carlson, Pierce Morgan and all them was going against Candace saying she tripping, she bugging, and the president of France wife was born a man.
well,
It's really true.
that's because if if
They don't have no kids though. No, this is what I wanted to say. Go ahead, Kurt. I remember what I wanted to say to you. Go ahead.
just like they dug up whatever information they needed to on the president of France's wife, they'd have been able to do that against Michelle. They've been running that shit since Obama was in office. They ain't came up with no proof. There's somebody saying it. So it's just a bunch of garbage talk.
Why you peace and love, Shakora? Why you make everything black and white? That's
I
what you
mean,
had said. You
no,
said
what I
if
said
you
is
said
if
I don't hold on, Kurt. You said I don't see a bunch of black people saying Melania Trump is a man. Why you went straight to that off the
no,
rip.
I didn't say that. That's you interpreted that. I said a bunch of people. I didn't say a bunch of black people. I said if a bunch of
What?
people, if a bunch of people said, or let's just say it came out of the black community that all of a sudden people start saying, well, Melania Trump is a man without having any concrete proof. We would be saying the same thing.
Josh, you didn't see her naked. Go ahead, Kurt. My fault.
If now if you show me a picture of Michelle Obama when she was in, say, like grade school or something, before she became a woman, and then she was a boy in grade school. I've seen pictures of her as a young girl with her mother,
I
but
did see that.
I haven't seen any pictures of her as a boy with her mother. So I mean, that I just don't get that. That whole conversation is irrelevant to me. When I be hearing that, like that dude wrestler, oh, Michelle Obama is a man. That's just to rile up them people that got that conspiracy. They trying to throw any kind of dirt they can on Obama.
Hey, but Kurt, you did say that's like black people calling Ivanka Trump a man. You went straight to the
Okay,
black white thing. You did say that.
okay. Then, well, what I'm saying is, if people, just people in general, let's not
Okay, you
just
meant
like
people. Okay.
okay,
Just say
just
that. Don't
like
say you didn't say that.
okay, just like when Candace Owens said the president of France's wife was a man, they was able to find the evidence that she's a man. You ain't enough money in the world to be able to hide that if somebody digging to find it.
I agree with you. You should be able to find it. For sure. For sure. Pardon me. I've been up since 4 in the morning.
Hey, listen, it's just like this. They talking about we ain't never seen Michelle Obama pregnant. They also ain't seen Bree pregnant or Yana pregnant. That don't mean she's a man because you didn't see it.
She's a celebrity though, bro. She's the first lady, my nigga. Like you gonna have pictures. I don't care. I don't care what woman in the world, every woman in the world that has been pregnant and have their children still with them has a picture of them pregnant.
What I'm saying, she wasn't a celebrity until she become the first lady.
That's fine. Every woman that was pregnant and kept their children have a picture of them pregnant.
But
Straight
does
up.
if you don't have the picture or picture, does that mean you're a man?
No, of course not. Of course not.
I mean, everybody ain't public. Some celebrities keep like a lot of
It ain't even
people.
about being public or private. It's just a woman is gonna take a picture of herself or have someone take a picture of someone, or you're gonna be at a family gathering and take a picture. You're gonna have a baby shower. You're gonna have be cat holding your baby. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be fresh out. Come on, every woman has one of those. Every woman has one of those.
I disagree. We
Who
ain't got
don't?
no. We
You
ain't
know
got.
one that don't.
No. I know Yana don't. I know that my sister Peggy to stay in Vegas. In her pregnancy, she didn't do all that baby shower stuff and taking pictures of
They don't
this
have no
ain't.
pictures of them pregnant at all.
No, they got pictures of like
That's
after
crazy.
after my niece Ashley them was born, but that was back in the days when they had Polaroid pictures. Of course, they do got pictures of the baby after she was born. I got pictures of my niece after she was born, but not pictures of But I guess that's kind of like my family. I never liked being in front of a camera. Don't be taking no pictures of me. You know, get the hell on with that. I mean, everybody ain't the same. Yeah, a lot of the younguns, 40 on down, they do the baby showers and the gender reveal and all of that shit. But that's a new trend as opposed to the old school.
You
I
think
know I don't.
a baby shower is
No, I'm talking about these
40 years
reviews.
old?
These I don't have. There is no picture of my mother pregnant with either one of us.
Bro, your mother 100 years old, bro.
Yeah, but I wasn't born in 100 years ago.
Yeah, but you okay. You wasn't born 100 years ago.
You know what I'm
You
saying? Ain't no
wasn't.
picture.
But you was born in the 50s. It wasn't just that easy. Well, 50s y'all had Polaroids, right? You had Polaroids in the 50s.
They had picture taken, and even with my younger sister who was born in the mid. There was no picture of my mother pregnant, and my mother had 10 kids. Not one
Michelle
picture.
Obama ain't your mother though, for real. Michelle
Right.
Obama ain't your mother, man.
I'm just making this. I'm just rebutting the statement that you said.
No,
Every
but I'm
woman has.
saying at least get someone around Michelle Obama's age. Michelle Obama is what, 50 something, 60?
But no, you said every woman.
I'll take that back, man. Not every woman, bro. I mean, if you want to be that technical, you could go back 200 years and find a woman that don't have a picture of them being pregnant. I didn't mean it like that. I mean, like, come on. I'm talking about around Michelle Obama age and under. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about 100-year-old, 200-year-old women. I'm not talking about that. But I understand what your mother not having any pictures, whatever. I just think someone Michelle Obama age or whatever should have pictures, just like they got pictures of her as a little girl, just like they got pictures of her as a little girl.
Well, they got pictures of
I'm not
men
calling her a
having.
man though.
They got pictures of men having cigars when they woman is having a baby. You ain't got no pictures of me having no cigar in my mouth. So I mean, everybody is different. You know, what I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's not the proof. Proof is like dig up a birth certificate, dig up pictures when she was in like kindergarten and grade school. It would have been some kind of evidence. Other than that, that's just somebody talking.
Yeah, nah,
You know?
it ain't no proof about that. No, it ain't no proof about that.
So then, what we talking about is what somebody said about somebody else.
Not necessarily. I'm just asking questions. I asked a question. The
Right. I
comment
mean,
come from homeboy. What homeboy said, but I really was just asking a question because I never seen her with a picture. Peace, Naima. I never seen her with it's just something that. And why does Barack Obama keep calling her Michael? But you're saying all of that is AI? Real quick before I play this. Okay.
Strong men, men who are truly role models, don't need to put down women to make themselves feel powerful. People who are truly strong lift others up. People who are truly powerful bring others together.
She don't really have a strong face to me.
Well, in some instances, I've seen an instance where they just opened up the presidential um, library for Barack, and I guess as she's starting to get older, look at Cicely Tyson. She could be a man. I mean, she got a strong feature. So does Whoopi Goldberg.
Uh, how old is Cicely Tyson, man? Why would you bring her up?
Cicely Tyson is about maybe a little bit older than I am. She about in her 60s or 70s.
Oh, I thought she was older than that. Nah, Cicely, hold on. I gotta look that up. I gotta look that up. Hell no. Cicely Tyson? She's gotta be in her fucking 90s,
We was
80s or
talking
something.
about we talking about people with hard features, women with hard features.
She was born in 1924, bro. What are you talking about?
She
Cicely
still,
T- She's
but this,
96 years old. You talk about your age, 60, 70. That's how good she looked.
I mean, but she
That's
has.
how good she looked.
Does she not have hard features?
Nah, not to me.
She.
Not to me.
What about Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg don't have hard features. No,
Yes, she
Mm-mm.
do.
I don't think she has hard features. I think Whoopi is just not an attractive woman. Yeah, I'm looking at Cicely Tyson now. I don't see no hard features.
Man, stop it.
She's just old, but I don't see no hard features.
In that picture that she made about the autobiography of Miss James, she has some.
Leave Cicely alone. Hey, let me ask you this though. I want Azar to come on too to ask him this. Do you think Jalen Brunson is the greatest Nick ever? Josh, you think Jalen Brunson is the greatest Nick ever? Ma, you think Jalen Brunson is the greatest Nick ever? We are the Knicks fans. What you
Absolutely
think,
not.
Kurt?
No, absolutely not. Amani, I got it. No, I said no.
Josh said no, but
You
he's
got
top three. So who's the two before him? Who's number one and who's number two, Josh? Go ahead, Kurt.
Amani. I
Kurt, come
heard your
on,
call.
mute your mic, bro. What are you doing? If you got to do that, mute your mic at least.
I
You got
mean,
to
he
have some
was
kind of
interrupting.
podcast
You
etiquette.
couldn't stop it,
Who's who?
BJ.
Who's your top three New York Knicks?
I could say Walt Frazier is one. He was one of the New York greats. Patrick Ewing was one of the greats. You know, if you talk about people that basically your generation have watched on down, then we could say uh, Bronson is top three. But look back on some of the greats y'all had on that them New York Knicks team. They had some greats on their team.
Um,
But but
you said Frazier and
believe
Ewing. Ewing don't got a ring. You gonna put somebody without a ring before somebody with a ring for that team?
the ring is not an individual accomplishment.
Yes, it is. When you're the MVP of the finals, also. Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. No, the MVP is the individual.
That's
The
not a great team,
championship.
Josh. That's not a great team. They're a good team. They're not a great team. Chicago is a great team. The Bulls
We
was a
didn't.
great team. Golden State Warriors was a great team.
We didn't ask. You didn't ask if he was the greatest team. You asked if he was the greatest individual Nick.
I'm
player.
responding to Josh on that. Individual Nick, yes, that's what I asked. Jalen Brunson, yes. A ring, he brought individual being the best Nick ever means you brought the Knicks a ring too. That means that too. That has to go with it. You can't tell me that this dude that played for the Knicks is better than this dude who led his team to a championship and won a ring.
What about Walt Frazier in
Now
'73?
Walt Frazier is a good example because he has a ring, right? Walt Frazier has a ring, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know, you got greats that date back before Ewing. I think the Knicks won this their third NBA championship. They won in 1973, and they won one of them other years back in the day. Yes, Brunson played on a great team this year. I can't classify
That's not a
him
great team, bro. That's not a great team. Why y'all keep saying a great team? The Nick, you
because they
call that
won
team a great team?
what this year.
Yeah.
You just said he won a ring.
That don't make them a great team. And I gave examples of why I don't make them a great team. A great team is the Chicago Bulls that went 63-9 or something, whatever they went. A great team is Golden State Warriors that won 60 something games during the regular season. Those are great teams. The Boston Celtics, the Magic Johnson, them Lakers, Kobe and Shaq, like teams that dominated. The Knicks didn't dominate during the season and win a ring. That's a great team.
Well, they
You
champion. Let's say champion team.
They
But
definitely
that does
champion teams, but let me respond to Josh. I'm responding to Josh with that. Zah, do you think the Knicks were a great team?
Hell yeah, I think they was a great team.
What makes them a great team? What makes a team a great team then?
You got five bona fide starters that impacted the game night in and night out. Like just name them. You got Bridges, you got Ananobi, Hart, and Towns. They're all great players, and Bronson.
So let me ask y'all this: if the Knicks were such a great team, why nobody had them for winning the championship? All the great teams that won championships, people were saying they're gonna win the championship throughout the season
I
or
don't
even the
think
year before.
I don't
Nobody had the Knicks winning the championship.
I
Nobody.
don't think I don't think that's what makes you a great team. I think a great team is who rises to the occasion at the right time. It regardless. There's a lot of great team. OKC is a great team. They lost.
OKC is a great team. You know why they're a great team? Because they won a championship.
That's why the Knicks is a great team because they won. You don't win a championship with one player, bro.
I know that.
You don't win a ring
That's
with
a fact.
you get what I'm saying? With even two players, you got to have a supporting cast. You got to have all the right pieces, bro. Like the Knicks have all the right pieces to be called a great team to me.
Shouldn't a great team be dominant during the season?
not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily.
Oh, so y'all equating a team that beat another team in a series as a great team?
I
No,
mean, the
that
way they
that
did
team
it, the
that team
fashion,
just beat those teams when it came to those series at that moment.
the fashion that they
No.
did it in. We talking about the sweeps that they laid down. Guys barely lost a game for real. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they did it in the fashion that they did it, nobody had them sweeping Cleveland. Nobody had them sweeping the 76ers. You know what I mean? They almost swept the Spurs. To be honest with you, like, bro, them some tough games that them dudes won, bro. Like going on the road, you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, that's a great team, bro.
Well, see, they started gelling at the right time. See, because like if you look at that OKC team, what they went 25-0 at the beginning of the season. If they would have been playing the championship at that time, I don't think nobody would have been able to beat them.
Straight up, facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the Knicks at the right near the end of the season was starting to come on. That's how they clammed up to number three. Coming into the playoffs, they was playing on all eight cylinders. They was clicking. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made them great because they rose to the top at the right moment. What they do next year will determine if they're really considered a great team. See, they may not even make the
So
playoffs.
so so then they're not a great team.
They
Because you just
they
said what they do next year is what makes them a great team. So are they a great team this year or not?
this year they like I said, they jailed at the right time, and
All
and
right, so
that made them such a not like the greatest team out there, like not like a dynasty. They
all
not a
right, so
dynasty.
he's switching up.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
ain't
switching
switching
up,
up.
Kurt, man. You gonna stay with what you got, man.
Yeah,
Or
he's
No,
switching
that
up.
first of all, I was riding with the Spurs to beat them. It's just the Knicks started gelling at the right time. They was the best fourth quarter team in the league this year. In
Hey,
almost
Josh said the same reason why Towns was able to go to his coach and let him change his style of play. Knicks won the midseason chip too. That's a good point, Josh. They did win the midseason. They've been kicking
it's a
ass. But let
fact.
me let me say this, y'all. When Chicago won their chair, this is one season. They won the championship. Their season record was 72-10. Out of 82 games, they only lost 10 games. That's a great team.
that was.
That's a great team. Now I'm gonna go to Golden State. I'm gonna go to Golden State. That's a great team. 72-10. Imagine if a nigga had a boxing record of 72-10, professional record. 72 fights and 10 losses, man.
Do the knowledge. What while you doing that right there, BJ? Right, dude. What was Golden State record in OKC? I mean OKC and Spurs record this year.
All right, so
They had the two best records in the league.
Facts. I want to say OKC was like 62 and something. I think it went 62
the
games without.
Warriors was 73-9. That's a great team. Now let me go to OKC. That's a great team. I'm gonna do last season when they won the OKC when they won the championship. They was 68-14, bruh.
Look,
That's
look at
a
what you
great
were.
team.
What was their
Look,
record this year? I'm asking what's their record this year.
it was just as close as that last year.
It looked like they was 64-18 this year,
Right.
Yeah,
and the
And
Spurs was
Spurs.
62-20.
Right.
yeah. They was right
Not too
behind them. They
far.
had the
Not
best.
too far behind them. They had the best two records in the NBA. Right.
Those are
But
great teams,
the Knicks beat them.
right? Because like I said, they was the better team during that series. One team just got your number. That was the better team in that series. They can't beat the Knicks. I ain't mad at y'all saying the Knicks is a great team, but the Knicks was 53-29. I don't see that as a great team. I ain't gonna lie.
You got all
Who
kinds of things.
I see that as a winning team. It's a winning team, but I don't see it as a great team. What you say, Zah?
You got all kind of things that you got a lot of things, bro. Like you got a brand new coach this year, right? You got a Mike Brown coming in. It's a brand new coach, right? Putting the team together. That's why I said when guys are coming from different places, coaches coming in from different places, trying to get the team to jail. That's why they did it at the right time. It takes time for you to learn, how to play with this guy, how to play with that guy. They did it in a fashion, bro, where I don't even know I don't even know whoever did it like the Knicks, bro. The fashion that they did it in. I ain't gonna lie, that's what make them a great team to me. They barely lost a game. What they lost 2 games against Atlanta,
Let
and
me
they
ask you
lost
this:
one game against the Spurs.
if
They
they
lost
was,
basically 3 games in the whole series, bro. That's insane, bro. And 4 playoff games. What? Who they played? Atlanta, Philly, Cleveland, they had 4 series, bro, and only lost 3 games, bro. Let's do the math to that.
They had a good playoff run. They had
That-
a great playoff run. That was great. The playoff run they had was great.
That's what make you a great team for real, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Cause you gotta be great anyway to win a chip, bro. We gonna keep it funky. You gotta be great to win a championship, bro. This ain't the bubble. This ain't where you playing in one gym like the Lakers. This is the real thing, bro.
Hey, do you think Michelle Obama is a man?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna disrespect Michelle Obama like that.
Hold on.
Ms. Rivers, how are you? You made a ton of news officiating the wedding in New York yesterday. Is this like a new cottage career move for you?
I am so excited.
Okay.
And I should do very well because I don't charge.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
we already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay. She doesn't.
Joe is crazy.
Wait, how is Johnny Rivers gonna talk about somebody as a transgender? She looked more like a transgender than anybody.
No question. You know what I mean? And she died shortly after.
Yeah, she definitely died like the following week or so, right after.
You know what I'm saying?
Have y'all been watching the World Cup? I'm texting Noah because Jordan is in the World Cup, so I'm texting Noah.
I don't know. I don't look
Let
at
Noah get up here and talk about her team in the World Cup.
I don't look at that kind of football.
Shakira said she's dead now. They killed her. She should never said that. She should never said that. All right, so y'all don't. Zai, you think Jalen Brunson is the best Nick ever? The greatest Nick ever?
Come on, man.
The greatest Nick ever?
I won't go that far, man. I won't go that far with it, but
Meanwhile, she changed her entire face. Naima said.
He's definitely up there, though, bro.
Shoot, man.
He's in the top. He's in the top 5 for sure.
Josh put him in the top 3.
I mean, you could argue that. You know what I'm saying? For sure. He's definitely up there, bro. Top 4, top 5. You know. Top
I got
3.
him. I got him as number 1. That ring solidified it for me.
I ain't mad at you.
That ring solidified it for me. The whole story with his pops, you know, and playing for New York, but I want to see Walt Frazier, right? I want to see what his stats was. I know his stats was crazy. Walt Frazier won 2. Oh, I didn't know he was a point guard.
Name some of the greatest New York.
I didn't know he was a point guard. Let me look at Walt Frazier's stats. Walt Frazier career stats. He played with Cleveland. Walt Frazier.
What about Willis Reed?
Walt Frazier never played for the Knicks, man.
Yes, he did.
Let me see.
Cornerstones of champion is like Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, Walt Clyde.
Why they don't? They got him on Cleveland. Cleveland. Okay, the Knicks. I see it now. Okay, so.
What about Earl the Pearl Monroe? Come on now. You can talk about some great Knicks back in the day.
I'm comparing their stats, man. Go ahead, I hear you.
What about Dave DeBusschere?
What about him?
He in the Hall of Fame. He was a great Knick too.
Jalen Brunson averaged more points.
Points don't necessarily make
26,
you great.
26, 28, 24. He averaged more points.
Points don't necessarily make you the great player
Oh,
or the greatest player.
that's just ordered
What
to him.
about what about some of the players that
Thank you.
were defensive geniuses? People that that played with a team of a whole bunch of nobodies and win a championship. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at Dave DeBusschere, Bill Bradley. You know what I'm saying? With his team defense, you got Earl of Pearl Monroe. You know,
Yeah, I hear you. I ain't trying to
so I'm not saying that at the end of his career, if he stayed with the New York Knicks, he won't become the greatest. But his narrative ain't finished yet. So just because he won one, so I don't give him the greatest yet. Did he play great this year? Hell yeah. He was balling, unstoppable.
Yeah.
When the other team when his team wasn't really doing no scoring, they went to him in the clutch and he got them points for him. So yeah, this season he was great. I can't say he the greatest.
That's what makes him number one for me. And the 45-point performance. Add that with the finals MVP. Yeah, I gave it to him. But we get to the meat and potatoes of the show. Can Black America be fixed, man? That's one of the topics for tonight, man. Can Black America be fixed, man? What's wrong with Black America and can it be fixed, man? What you think, Zah? And Kurt, you go after Zah.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Can Black America be fixed, Zah?
Yeah, I think it can, man. I think it can. Um, they do look unfixable though. I ain't gonna cap. You know, they look unfixable, bro. But it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of work, bro. You know, it's gonna take a lot of work, bro. But right now I'm on it. Right now I'm on the cusp, man, of that's being a mean challenge, bro.
Bree said, yeah, but only if they allow it. And Josh said it starts with the youth. Shit, the
Yeah,
youth gotta have somebody, gotta have examples. They gotta
yeah,
start with the elders. The youth gotta have something to look forward to, something to motivate them, right?
yeah. That was a big question, man. That was a big topic when I was in the feds, bro. When I was in Laredo, man, that was a big topic for. We had a community. A brother came from brother named Ed, man. Shout out to Ed, man, from Philly. Ed came in and brought a movement with him from I want to say Cumberland, man. Which one of the dudes BJ still locked up from the Black Panthers that was with a shot of Shakur?
Sears,
I don't know his name, but
Bobby Bobby Sears.
I
Bobby
don't think it.
Seals wasn't with Asado. I don't know his name. One of them, he might be dead,
No,
but
it's one of them that's still alive, bro. That Ed came from
he's
that
still
prison.
locked up.
He's still locked up, right?
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
But he came. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna try to find it during the show and try to bring the brother name up. But Ed, he had a thing going over there. I want to say it was Cumberland in the feds. A community called Bamboo Society that they created. That that Black Panther brother they created at another federal joint, and Ed brung that on the road with him when he came to Laredo. and it was just an organization of black brothers, brothers. Period. That we didn't bring religion involved. It was just brothers that was, free riders and just, for the cause of our community. And we would come together and and have topics of things that we wanted to speak on and what we could do for dudes in prison. We would go around talking to brothers, and it was a positive movement that we had going on, like 9, 10 of the brothers. But that was one of the main things, was how can we change the black culture? Can the youth be changed? How do we reach the youth? And brothers brought up a lot of powerful things, man, that I think made a lot of sense. But we all, a lot of us said that you got to come to the youth, man, with some. First of all, it's got to be some financials that they feel like
Yep.
where we can help them at.
Yep.
You got to bring something that's going to intrigue them to want to come over and listen to brothers. You get what I'm saying? Because it's hard for you to pull a brother out of the street, bro, and you ain't offering him nothing.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Let
saying? You
me
telling him to stop doing what he's doing or come over here, bro. Like, but you ain't got nothing for the brother to do, man. A lot of brothers gonna look at you crazy. A lot of the young ones, anyway, bro. Like, come on, old head. Like, you got to be able to help them financially. Why are you positive? Building with them positive, giving them some nice jewels or whatever. But it's got to be some tangible, brother. That you can remove them from what they're doing, the streets, hustling, or whatever it may be, to bring them over here and get their attention. That was the first thing. You got to have some type of economics, you know, teaching them economics, teaching them about the agriculture. With certain things that we touched on that was powerful though, man. But it's gonna be a challenge though, BJ. But need brothers like you, BJ. Need brothers like Kurt. Need brothers like some good brothers, man. But it's got to be something that we got for them, man. And Bert, the brother Bert or whatever, always touched on some positive things like with the nonprofit, and Bert was really touching a lot of the youth guys, doing things positive for school. But it just got to reach out bigger, man. We got to get a lot of bigger names involved. It's a lot of things that got to go into that though. But I can come back to that. Y'all can come back to me because I can speak an hour on that.
Hey yo, I was in a barbershop a couple months back, and one of Bert young boys, I ain't gonna say his name or nothing. One of his young boys was in there, and just came home. He was facing like 40 something years, but he ended up doing something happened with the case evidence and all that, so he ended up having to do like 3 or 4 years. He went in when he was like 17. So we all at the barbershop, me and him talking about the different joints he was at and we was at or whatever, and the people, whatever. So he whip over the phone. He got videos of him and like another one or two other young boys up there. Man, they got dudes tied up. they whip, they whipping, they whipping on one of the dudes. Man, they got about two of the dudes tied up, two different dudes tied up. Um, the others, not of our race. You know what I mean? The others, but and one of them was a pedophile. His celly, matter of fact, his celly.
Hmm.
They just shipped dude in there. He was a pedophile. They put him in the wrong door, bro. Man, they tortured that man for about 14 hours, man, before he made it back to that door to get up out that building. They had him under the bed, drinking toilet water, everything, bro.
Wow.
I'm like, but the reason why I brought that up because you brought Bert up and the youth he been, mentoring, and he loved Bert. And talking to him, you don't get that. You don't get that, but it's a switch. And when he was telling me and showing me the video, I'm like, yeah, man, shorty off the chain, man. Shorty off the chain, man. He one of them ones, man. But he loved Bert and Coach D. He loved them. Shorty was wild.
can I give a short narrative about culture. You know,
Mumia
our
Abu Jamal. Thanks, man. Go ahead, Kurt.
when it come to, can Black America be fixed? Understanding all of our language come from the English language. It connotates what we place value in, what we consider ourselves as. I'm a man, that's English. Well, when some of our people first came to these shores, they were called niggers, then Negroes. And as the turn of the century came, they started like doing back in the, I forgot what year it was, but Black Power, you know. But if we look at the English language, it says the color black is symbolizes a powerful mix of elegance, authority, and sophistication, while also representing death, mourning, misery, and evil. And as long as we keep attaching our blackness, as they call it, to the definition of what it connotates, then yeah, we doomed. If we continue, we black, and it connotates it with us being evil and without light, evoking feelings of formality, and rebellion. Then we doomed. You can't go to Africa and say they're black because they don't accept that idea that they're in darkness or that they're connotates that black is evil. We accepted the lesser idea of who we was by accepting this we're black because we're not black. Black is a color, not a race. It connotates class in America according to the English language. That's why they have always attached white to the European race, meaning pure, of God, with light, clean. You got a white t-shirt on, you know what I'm saying? You got a clean t-shirt. You put on black, the minute you put on black, they see you as being somebody evil like Trayvon Martin because he had a black hoodie on. We
Hey,
got
so
to We're not black people. We're melanated people. We're people of a certain hue, but this black thing, for the life of me, I never understood when after the Black Panther movement and Black Power movement, they took the part about black, the authority or the sophisticated one, you know what I'm saying, and they connotated it into something evil and wicked, rebellious. That's why a lot of times when these little light skinned niggas go around, oh, they comfortable with them. You get a real dark skinned brother pull up next to you, immediately they look at him. That black nigga look like he up to no good. They go to locking their doors.
hey, so listen, Kurt. You you saying
Good
because
point,
people
though.
call themselves black,
Good point.
you saying because people call themselves black, they're automatically making themselves less than?
They are accepting the class that they were put in. Because what if they did never called us black and called us niggers? Would we be saying, "Oh, I'm a nigger," which they still do that? I'm that nigger.
It's like I like the angle you going in. You going in, Kurt. Like just tying it all in. It's even with the mindset, right? On the theory on how we used to look at black cats, BJ. You feel me? Like a black cat was automatically labeled as a bad cat. You know, all these stigmas was put on the black cat when you say, "Oh, don't drive past the black cat." But that a lot of those things, I think the black cat is good. Because they made it their business to point out black, make black evil. Black. That's one of the things that I wanted to add on to what the brother's saying because however it went, it did something to you, bro. It's got to mean something, or it got to change the polarity on things, man. When you still see yourself, you know, a black suit on, the bad guys wore black. You know, the judge got a black robe on. I mean, it's so much stuff you can attach to the black man that it's not good. You know what I mean?
Wait,
So
wait, or anything colored. Look at playing pool. The white ball knock all the balls of color off the board, and the white ball stands alone. It's all rooted in that white supremacy thing that the colonialists brought to this country, and it exists subtly. Yeah, there are some white cats that's cool. Yeah, but this whole country was built off of symbolism. What they call you see, I heard an interview with Muhammad Ali years ago with Howard Cosell. He said, "Well, how do you feel? You know, a young Negro walking down Louisville and world champion of the world." He said, I've seen that every nation of people is attached to a land. Chinese are attached to China. Haitians are attached to Haiti. Vietnamese are attached to Vietnamese. Where is the nationality of black? And
they don't attach them.
if you say it's America, then we should be calling ourselves American, not black. Cause I'm not. My shirt is black. You
This
know,
another
but
way. This another way though, Kurt, to claim you, to show that you're not. This is a way to put you
in your
in.
place,
This is a way to put you in shambles, right? To put you that you don't belong to nothing. Like you said,
right?
it ain't no such thing. You know, they gave us soul food, but you got Chinese food. You know, you got Jamaican food. You know, but Africa, black, we ain't had no food. You know, they just made, like you said, soul food was our food, but it don't attach to a nationality. But yeah, these things was orchestrated.
It
It's
was
a mind thing.
it
It's a
was
mind.
integrated into the English language
Hey,
because
let me. What up, Johnny? Let me hold on, Kurt. Hold on, Kurt. We've been on this for a minute though. All right, I heard both of y'all points. I just don't understand if we know that if we feel like the white man gave us that to make us lesser, why do you go by the white man terms of black? Why would I be listening to what the white man is saying black is? Why they because I say I'm black don't make me lesser. That's not even registering in my brain because I say I'm black that I'm saying I'm lesser than the white man because the white man's definition of black is evil and destruction and all the meanings that it
but
is
the connotation that you learned according to English, you're
from the
black.
white man. From the white man.
Call it what you want, but integrated, and they tried to make it seem less because you say I'm black,
From the white
but
man. You taking a
yeah,
learning from the white man. You trying to indoctrinate that to me, and I'm telling you I'm rejecting that. I don't care
okay.
nothing about what the white man is saying.
Well, I
When I
reject
hear
it.
black, and when I speak black, that's the strongest thing to me. Don't
Well, when
nothing don't nothing override black. The black gene is dominant. Don't nothing override black. I don't care what the white man say. Don't nothing go above black.
the melanated gene.
You start in darkness. Don't you start in darkness? Don't life start in darkness? But I just added that. But you brought up a point, Zod, the point you brought up of Black Cat. I said that once. I was young, and this really what opened my mind up was my mother. I was probably 12 years old, and we was at North Shore Animal League looking for a cat because, of course, in New York, if you don't have a cat, you're gonna be living with rats. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna live with cats or you gonna live with rats. So we in North Shore getting a cat because we at night the mice is they crib. You know what I mean? They run the crib at night, so we going to get a cat. And out of the whole North Shore Animal League, they had this one cat in the cage with newspaper all around the cage. You couldn't even see the cat. You couldn't even see what was in there. And the cat was just wilding, jumping all over the cage, whatever. And I remember my mom asked them like, "What's wrong with that cat?" They was like, that cat doesn't want to be around any other animals at all." And my mom was like, "Yeah, let me get that. Let me get that cat." And then when we found out it was all black cat. And I said that. I said, man, all black cat, that's bad luck. And she said, shut up. You believe everything the white people tell you. And that was Star. Star was my baby, man. We had that cat
But,
for years, for at least
but
10, 11 years. All black cat. Now they saying the black cat is bad luck. I ain't never had no bad luck with that black cat. That
That's what I'm saying.
black cat handle business. So if you want to accept the definitions and the terms and the meanings of your oppressor about your skin color,
no, but
by all means.
what I was trying to say is, and because they called us black through the media, everything you see through the media about mostly about blacks is killings, evil stuff, and that's not to say that that's not happening because it is. But that don't mean black people are evil, or
Exactly my point. I don't care
So
what they
It's
show me on TV, Kurt. I don't know what you keep saying. They.
it's
we
all
not
psych.
we
It's
not
a lot of it been. It's a lot of it's been psychological. So I
right.
get where you're going. It's been a psychological warfare that's been going on for years, man. Like I used to tell you, BJ, like when I was locked up in the feds, bro, and
What up,
soon
Johnny?
as soon as the white CO came in, bro, brothers was straighten up and brothers would be trying to steal and brothers that look. Yeah, I mean, nigga dudes will get straight in order. You know what I mean? But as soon as the black cop come around, niggas get to doing what they was doing. But it's just so crazy, man, how things line up and how we react to certain things, bro, and what we grew up thinking and seeing. It's a mean world, man. But I understand it. Even like in chess, bro, you got the white piece that move first. I don't care who win. Whoever got the white piece, you got the white chip. You move first, right? B in chess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the white piece always move first. It's symbolic or it's psychological, man, on the games. And a lady spoke on that on the chess game too. And I heard her say that. She said, like, why is that? Why they move first? But they do a lot of things, man, psychological to try to break you. Like you said, BJ, you stay outside the box with that. You don't get indoctrinated with it, but it's out there.
It's it boils what it really boils down to, kid. I ain't gonna lie. It's my mother, for real. Because I guess I'm pretty much sure if I didn't have Shakora indoctrinating my brain, I probably would have had the white man indoctrinating my brain and feeling like black is beneath, or black is evil, or black is destructive, or we shouldn't call each other black because that will make us inferior. I don't care if that's the case. We damn sure shouldn't be calling each other nigga. That's one
Facts.
of
Right.
my favorite. That's one of my favorite words. I don't live by nothing the white man say. I don't even hear them. It's funny to me because the people that blame them for the most the most for the number one reason why the black race is in the position they in now, listen to them the most. I don't listen to them, and I don't blame them for nothing. I don't hear nothing they saying, bro. Just like people that hate Trump send me the most Trump videos. I don't even know what's going on with Trump. I don't know what Trump is talking about. I don't know what he said yesterday until somebody put it in the chat. I don't know what he said earlier today until somebody put it in the chat. And it always be the people that hate Trump the most. I don't even hear these people. I don't see them. I don't hear them. I swear. But
It's one thing that I remember, especially when it comes to what it is we see. When they started coming out with these movies that was dealing with gays, they was pushing a narrative. Now all of a sudden, these niggas is wearing purses and putting on fingernail polish. You know what I'm saying? Now it's becoming more and more uh, out there that they feed into the minds of these youngsters that idolize rappers and the lifestyle of rappers. Like
who's feeding it to them?
the media, whether it's television, newspaper, whatever medium that's out there that they're seeing, they're trying to emulate it. And then even the cats in the street that used to see people like Frank Lucas, it was funnel. It was psychological warfare. You change the minds of the people by what it is they see. What we seen in the ghettos was a lot of hustling, a lot of niggas dying, and that's what we started, adjusting to in life. I remember the interview that Oprah Winfrey did with Jay-Z, and she said, "I don't like the word nigga." And Jay-Z said, "What the black community did is turn the word upside down on his ear and turned it into a term of endearment." You know what I'm saying? That's why they be like, "Hey, what's up, my nigga? That nigga, that's my nigga there." You know what I'm saying? As though it was something good, but it actually connotates something very, very undermining of the people. When niggas
I don't. Let's speak on that. Let's speak on that. Why you feel that way? Why you feel that the word nigga is I guess like a whatever you said it is undermining to the people.
Because of how it arose, what it connotated to the people, starting back in what 1400s. This person is not human. He's a nigga. This is a nigga. So in the cultivation of the people, that's what they considered a nigga. We the ones that changed. The later generation turned it into a terms of endearment. You know what I'm saying?
So why we can't do the same thing with black?
Right. That's what I keep saying.
No, you keep saying it's inferior. You keep saying the reason why you don't say black.
I said it connotates that. First of all, I am not black.
I understand that. You say that all the time. I know, we understand that. So what are you? If you're not black, Kurt, what are you?
I'm a melanated human.
Okay, so that's your term of what okay. That's cool. That's cool. Let me hold on 1 second, y'all. SPVTOP for life. That's Dawu. More African and Caribbean people today are starting to identify as black people as a stance of Pan-African unity out of respect for their new consciousness of the Black Power movement. I haven't seen that, but I believe you. Black is strong to me too, Naima. Naima said black is strong to me. That's a fact. Black coffee. What's black coffee? Black coffee is the strongest. If you want your coffee black, you want it strong. Bree laughing. Devon said, once again, being gay ain't nothing new to you old heads. Wore high heels. James Brown wore high heels. He gay. Prince is gay. Stop blaming young niggas for gay stuff. You old niggas did gay stuff too.
I didn't say I'm blaming young people. I said I blamed the media, the culture that started accepting it. The more they seen it on TV, like in Living Color and different programs where men was wearing dresses, and you know what I'm saying, then all of a sudden it's okay to be gay.
Hold on. Wu said black represents death to falsehood. The Prophet Muhammad carried a black flag during battle. I didn't know that. That's hard. He took a black flag. He didn't take a white flag. He took a black flag. Okay.
But Muhammad didn't call himself black. He called himself what he was. He was a human.
Now, he called himself Arabic.
Okay, Arabic. Still,
Muhammad.
He attached to who he was. The black really represents authority and power, but we're not black people. Authority and power represents class, not race.
Let me hit this Muhammad Ali.
I always ask my mother, I said, Mother, how come is everything white? I said, why is Jesus white with blonde and blue eyes? Why is the Lord's Supper all white men? Angels are white. Pope and Mary and even the angels. I said, Mother, when we die, do we go to heaven? She said, naturally we go to heaven. I said, well, what happened to all the black angels when they took the pictures? I said, oh, I know. If the white folks was in heaven too, then the black angels were in the kitchen preparing the milk and honey. I said, listen, you quit saying that, boy. I was always curious, and I always wondered why I had to die to go to heaven. Why I couldn't have pretty cars and good money and nice homes now. Why do I have to wait till I die to get milk and honey? And I said, Mama, I don't want no milk and honey. I like steaks and I said, milk and honey is a laxative anyway. Did they have a lot of bathrooms in heaven? So anyway, I was always curious. I always wondered why. You know, Tarzan is the king of the jungle in Africa. He was white. White man. I saw this white man swinging around Africa with a diaper on, hollering. Oh! Do you all see Tarzan over here? Right. Tarzan? And all the Africans, so he's beating them up and breaking the lion's jaw. And here's Tarzan talking to the animals, and the Africans been there for centuries, and he can't talk to the animals. Only Tarzan can talk to the animals. I always wondered why. And Miss America was always white. All the beautiful brown women in America, beautiful suntans, beautiful shapes, all type complexions, but she always was white. And Miss World was always white. And Miss Universe was always white. And then they got some stuff called White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Cloud tissue paper, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado flow wax. Everything was white. And the angel food cake was the white cake, and the devil food cake was the chocolate cake. I said, Mama, why is everything white? I always wondered, you know, and the president lived in the White House. And Mary had a little lamb, his feet as white as snow, and Snow White. And everything was white. Santa Claus was white. And everything bad was black. The little ugly duckling was the black duck, and the black cat was the bad luck. And if I threaten you, I'm gonna blackmail you. I said, Mama, why don't they call it white mail? They lied too. I was always curious, and then this is when I knew something was wrong. Won the Olympic gold medal in Rome, Italy. Olympic champion, the Russian standing right here, and the Pole right here. Is Poland considered a communist country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm defeating America's so-called threats or enemies. And the flag is going dun 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 dun. I'm standing so proud. Dun 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 dun. And I done whooped the world for America. Dun 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 dun. I took my gold medal, thought I'd invented something. I said, man, I know I'm going to get my people freedom there. I'm the champion of the whole world, Olympic champion. I know I can eat downtown now. And I went downtown that day, had my big old medal on, and went to breakfast. At that time, black things wasn't integrated. The black folks couldn't eat downtown. And I went downtown, and I sat down, and I said, you know, a cup of coffee, hot dog. The lady said, we don't serve Negroes. I was so mad. I said, I don't eat them either. Just give me a couple of hamburgers. You know, I said, I'm the Olympic gold medal. 3 days ago, I fought for this country in Rome. I won the gold medal, and I'm going to eat. The manager, I heard her tell the manager, and he said, well, I'm not the man. Now he's got to go out. Anyway, I didn't raise no money, they put me out. And I had to leave that restaurant in my hometown where I went to church and served in their Christianity and fought, and Daddy fought in all the wars. Just wanted to go medal and couldn't eat downtown. Damn. I said, something's wrong.
Damn. That was deep there.
No question.
Why is a lighter complexion called fair skinned? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right, because it's the opposite of dark skin, which means without light.
Well, the youth shouldn't be the youth shouldn't be taught by their oppressors. The youth shouldn't have to be taught and raised by their oppressors, for one. So you got to blame. You can't say we got to focus on the youth or it's the youth fault. We can't start at the youth. We got to start with the elders. The elders got to be there to block all the, you know what I mean, to counter attack the garbage that they gonna receive from the media, the TVs, and the outside world.
Well, it got to start with the parents, period, whether you're old or young, because most of my kids are your age. So I ain't having no more kids. I mean, you know, so we got to change the mindset of the kids, whether it's through the media. Like, I know a whole bunch of rappers that have gotten away from all that, you know, bees and hoes and you know, talking about
what?
Things that put our people down. Let's rap about some things that are empowering our youth.
Like who? What rapper you know put the bees and the hoes down?
That one thing that I did, I think he made a remake of Ti's new song, but he didn't talk
No,
about
I didn't
all.
hear it.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't hear it. Dawu
I
said
put
that's what happens to us when we follow the oppressor's program in support of his false illusion of white supremacy. And Shakura said exactly. I always kept it real with them. Go ahead, Kurt. What you were saying?
right. Well, see, we gotta stop allowing these medias to influence our kids and talk to them about what's real truth, what's real power. Your race is real. We're the most powerful nation on the earth. We just have been indoctrinated with the colonialist ideas of America. America have messed us up and got
Oh,
us thinking that we okay now.
A lot of it. Go ahead, BJ. What you saying?
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
A lot. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like, my mother. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the older generation, bro, are stuck in their ways. It's like trying to teach a old dog new tricks.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like my mother in her era, you know, man, I for years I done brung things to my mom and asked her questions and things that she know that I'm saying is right, but she still refused to accept it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we got a lot of our older people, bro, that's not just gonna accept. I don't care what it is you're bringing. A lot of that stuff is just coming from, you know, just they're set in their ways. Do we stop there? We still push. But we always said that even in the Babu society, like, yo, we go home, don't be too hard on your mom and them. And, because we learn a lot of things in prison, man. We really educated ourselves in prison. But we just know it's going to be hard to break the older brothers and sisters, our parents, and the older crowds can be hard, man. That's why
Okay.
you just move on to the mid range, on down to the youth. It's like beating a dead dog, man. Like and I'm it's sad for me to say it like that, but a lot of people ain't gonna understand it. See, BJ mom and Dawu and them, they get it. You get what I'm saying? But my mom, the era they come from, they've been in the South, and the South got beat up real bad. You get what I'm saying? If you ain't from DC up, the schooling was different. My mom and them grew up segregated. They grew up all blacks going to one school. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of that trying to get them to come on board, man, is like a lot of that you're gonna be wasting your time. And I
I
hate to say
promise
it.
you. I promise you. I agree with you. I told BJ this a few months back. My mother's 100th birthday, right? And she went to talk about, you know, about Jesus coming back. And I told her, I was like, Mommy, you've been waiting 100 years for him to come back. He ain't came back yet. I mean, they're stuck in this idealism that, oh, Jesus is going to come. They've been waiting over 2,000 years for Jesus to come back instead of accepting the scriptures as how it reads. They want to take it verbatim. See, words represent things. It's just like a dollar. If you take a dollar and say you take it to another country, it may not be worth nothing to them because we place, meanings and different things and value to that we have been cultivated in America, such as the old ways, like how my parents were. They believe if you smell a rod, you smell a child. So they'll take you and tie you to a tree and beat the shit out you
Know what I'm saying?
because that is what they knew.
What they knew.
That's what they accepted as their culture.
Yeah.
You know, as I grew up, I eventually, and it took me some time to learn. I don't have to beat my kid to get him to understand what I'm saying. I could
Facts.
sit him down there and talk and let him know the knowledge and I would learn from being hard head and out there on them bricks.
Right.
You know, it's got to start with the younger generation. The old people, they gonna be stuck.
Yeah, but it can't start with the younger generation. That it just don't work like that. Someone has to indoctrinate them. Every other race is being indoctrinated by the elders. You know what I mean? The elders got to step in. Like it's no. I'm not even talking about 100 years old. Like whatever. I'm not even talking about your age group, Kurt.
Right.
Frederick Douglass said. Let me get the quote right. And he said this 200 years ago, 300 years ago. He said it is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And that's
Right.
what we're talking about. It's easier to build strong children than to try and repair broken men. Forget them, forget the elderly.
Straight up,
But
man.
the youth, in the same time we're saying forget the elderly, we got to have an elder to replace those we forgetting. That's gonna lead them with the truth, lead them with the facts, and not rage bait and not race bait and not teach that victim mentality. And the problem is a large majority of the black race are black liberals, are black democratic liberals, and their lifestyle is based off victim mentality, victimhood. That's
Well,
that's what they live off of, victimhood.
okay.
Everybody, we just the victims all the time. Even when we wrong, we the victim for being wrong.
Well, let me say this. Okay, you quoted Frederick Douglass, and I can't quote this author, but if you don't look at your past mistakes, you're bound to repeat them. So, if it
Fact.
was a mistake that we, was fucked up back then, if we don't look at it or what the cause of it was, then we can't tell our children how to correct it. You have to look back at, where we come from and the racial uh, accomplishment that we had to overcome. You got to look at the past in order to better your future.
That's what
Because
I
you
was
don't
just trying to explain. You
because
know,
it'll repeat itself.
that's a fact.
It it'll repeat it. It's just like if you go and look at a car and you see the braking system broken, and I don't want to look at that. I just want to find out what my car is not stopping properly. Then it's going to keep on not stopping. You got to look at the past to prepare yourself for the future, or to prepare your children for the future.
It's
Don't
always
expect
it's
Let
always
Go
said,
ahead,
man. If
Star.
you don't know where you came from, you can't know where you're going. You
right,
understand what I'm saying? It matches. You got to have some understanding of where you came from, bro, to know where you're going, and that's a lot of our problems that we have today. Brothers
right,
don't know where they came from, bro. They're lost, bro. That's why I said, like BJ was just saying, I really believe like it's a half of 100 that got to lead, because we got some lions in our age group, BJ.
right,
Our age,
Yeah.
I think it's there, bro. Like, I'm not trying to knock the 60s and up. We're gonna need a few of them. We need some Dawoos. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna need
No.
some of the militant brothers, man, that got that knowledge and wisdom, man, to help, lead the pack. But like you said, them old.
Dawu and Kurt is in the same category. They in the same circle.
I'm
right.
taking
They
I'm taking
Dawu and Kurt, we gonna leave home with the women and children, man.
I gotta take Dawood with me, man.
Nah,
Dawood's out
man.
there playing.
Dawu and Kurt be having a victimhood mentality, man.
See, I'm no victim. You know what I'm saying? I'm a conqueror. See, that's the difference. See, but I
Oh, I
recognize
gotta
where
read this.
I recognize where I came from in order to know where I'm going.
Y'all always blaming somebody, man. Y'all always blaming someone. Y'all blame the white man for everything. Y'all blame the white man for everything, man. Y'all do. That's that. We gotta get
Okay,
out of that. We gotta break away from that, man. That's old. That's an old playbook before Martin Luther King and them. That's old. That's an old playbook, bro. That's why it don't work. Hold on, let me see what Dawu said. Like joining the military to help rape and pillage black and brown nations of their natural resources for multi-billion-dollar corporations in support of the false concept of white supremacy. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, but without this military, bro, who knows where we'll be? Who knows what state we'll be in? You know what I mean? I'd rather be living in a country like America than in a country with the weak military. Word up. I don't want it. I don't want to experience or feel or know what it feels like to live in a country that's weak. I don't even want to. No. Mm-mm. Word up. The military
You know,
is what makes it possible for you to speak freely, Dawu, and
You
having
know, BJ,
freedom to your religion. Go
but
ahead,
you know
bro.
how?
one of the you know
But
one of the things, bro, in our culture, bro, and I'm gonna keep it real hot, and it might go over some people's heads, bro, but you gotta be willing to die, bro, for what you believe in, right? And we say it all the time, bro, like brothers ain't really ready to go, right? Because brothers can sit up here and talk and say all they want to say and this, that, and the third.
And
But
that be the
fam,
elders. The elders be doing that. But go ahead, Zai. I ain't mean to cut you off.
that's a fact. But it was like I know Farrakhan made a statement like he need like 10,000 brothers, but they don't need no. He was talking about the youth, you know. He don't need no weak men, no broken men. You get what I'm saying? Cause that's what we're getting now, bro. Like it's hard for that to even work when you trying to you arguing with a dude for hours and try to get him to see something. Nah, bro, that's the thing, bro. Like in this moment, for us to win, bro, you got to be willing to die. And like our ancestors, some of them people, man, did things and didn't care. They died for what they believed in. So now when you just turn the cheek and walk away from it, because I'm gonna be honest with you, their mindset is to keep you beneath, to keep you under, to keep you where you at, to not succeed or not to be successful. But if we going over there, we gotta have armies. We gotta have a black army. We don't know how this thing can go. We had the Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's why I like to go back and tamper back into the past and what happened for us to know where we're going because a lot of that stuff turned the times from what was happening back there. We never got back to control or power. That's why we at the bottom of the totem pole right now because, you know, like you said, BJ, we don't deal with our own. We don't buy from our own. We gonna buy from Gucci, Louis Vuitton. We're gonna spend our money over here. We're not gonna, but who is creating the fruits, the vegetables? Where are they at? We gotta create our whole environment, bro, because economics, agriculture is very powerful. That's why I go back to when you're gonna try to get the youth, you gotta give them something. Like if they said we did have to go to war, what store are we gonna go to eat from? Where are we gonna get these things from if we don't have nothing? All of these things gotta be something, man, that we gotta be thinking about. We don't even have clothes. We don't even have black people making clothes. A lot of things that we don't even have, bro. So we gotta start, building on that level, getting our own resources for us to even think about any trying to change the polarity of whether you fat and this and that. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a long drawn out job, man, trying to do that.
and let me say this to that effect too,
30,
Dawood.
30 seconds, man. I won't keep it moving. Go ahead, Kurt.
Um, the military. I was in the military. My father was in the military. My granddaddy was in the military. I got out the military because I realized in this instance, our military is not built on, us protecting us, us protecting America. It's always about them subjecting someone else to their terror while calling those people terrorists. You know what I'm saying? So, military, if we created our own military like that brother over in Africa, then we can reclaim our greatness. You know what I'm saying? the military that we got here in America is always trying to take someone else's wealth so they can say we're great again and we live good. They pillage every nation they go into.
Facts.
So their military is based on murder and mayhem. So military, even though I was in the military, I got out because I seen how they was, oh, we got a war on drugs, but we're the one that's shipping drugs to America. Because they wanted to take the drugs from them and then sell it to the people in America. It's not about America. Military don't make this country great. It makes other countries lesser. To conquer, to destroy.
Either way, y'all, whichever way it goes, man, I don't want to be in them other countries. I'd rather be in America. Naima said, it's not blaming them, it's the reality of what and who we are dealing with.
Right.
Right? Right? That's true. And it's 2026. We should either be dealing with them or making a way that's better. We do a lot of complaining. The reality of what and who we are dealing with. It's 2026. We should know that already. We could learn. We could go back and learn from Martin Luther King and the mistakes. That's why I don't like to dump on Martin Luther King too much, because at the end of the day, he didn't really have a blueprint. He could have looked at Marcus Garvey was different. Martin Luther King really didn't have a blueprint to say this ain't gonna work. And he gave his life for black people. He gave his life for his race, man, and didn't get no money for it or nothing. It's nothing.
His whole agenda.
Do we know the backgrounding of Martin Luther King though? Like, or was it true, BJ? Did you do? I know you studied and researched a lot of things that was going on. I just want to know if it's true. Like a lot of the message that he gave, I heard was written by other people.
I don't even know what that means. What you mean by that? Written by other people like who? What you mean?
Until the last message that he gave, I've been to the mountaintop. They,
I mean, people be in the room when he's writing. Somebody might give him ideas and stuff, but
this,
Martin,
I mean, that's what I'm
Martin
saying.
Luther King is who he is. Yeah, nah.
I heard this before.
Okay, let me say something.
I don't even know what they talking about. Somebody wrote and he he was like a puppet or something.
Yeah, they say he was like more of a puppet until he made that last speech that was supposed to got him killed.
Nah, Martin Luther King was who he was. He was a leader. Go ahead, Kurt.
He was a leader, but let's understand his message was rooted in Southern Baptist churches, out of the Bible. So I mean, yes, he came with a let's be peaceful and we're gonna sit down and let them, hit us in the head, turn to the other cheek until they realize them hitting us in our head hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's when he came to the realization when he said, I think I led my people into a burning building. Because we shouldn't be sitting down, let no motherfucker hit you in your head.
No, bro. No. That's not why. No.
Why do you think he made the statement, I think I led my people to a burning building? Because he was leading them according to that his religious beliefs that, this whole thing, Israel is this great nation because they made up of these white Angloid colonialists. When he came to that realization after Malcolm X came back from Mecca, that's when it's time to kill him, because now he's dangerous because he got a population that's following him, but under a Christian moniker. That Christian moniker was always about, turn to the other cheek. We gotta be subjected.
They didn't care about that, Kurt. If that's the case, they would have been killed him. They didn't kill him until he started talking about economics, man. Until he was changing the economics of it, and he brought the people together. When he stopped, when he turned it from a civil rights movement to a financial rights movement for everyone, black, poor, white, the Spanish, whatever. It wasn't about them getting hit in their head. What he was talking about is they're so busy trying to get in the building, trying to get in these restaurants, get in these places. We don't even have the money to pay for a hamburger. We fighting to sit in these white man restaurant. We don't even have the money to pay for to buy anything out this restaurant. On top of that, We're fighting to be in these white people establishments and ride they bus and all that, and we putting our black businesses out. But by the time he realized that, it was over. The bus boycott, all of that, they already put all the black businesses, bus businesses out of business. The hotels, wanting to stay in a white man hotel and all that. You put all the black hotels out of business. That's what he meant by that.
That I still say this. His whole narrative come from his background of being a Baptist preacher.
Yeah, we're not talking about background. We're not talking about that. Whatever.
So I mean,
Background. Okay.
even in his upstart, it was generated through his indoctrination into the church of
That's what
how
made him. That's what made him a good speaker, a great speaker. That's
right.
what made him a great speaker. But religion, this ain't a religious war between us and black and white people. This ain't a religious war. Religion is not gonna save you from what we going through in America. It's not.
Religion, economics, and government are all the fingers in one glove.
No.
Yes, it is. It was tied to the Roman Empire and the government to consolidate. That's why they passed that constitutional law, the separation of church and state, because they were both growing in economics and power.
I'm talking about now, bro. We still talking about black. Can Black America be fixed? We talking about now. We're talking about
Yeah.
now.
And
We don't gotta care about religion. We don't gotta care about politics. We need to get our bread right. They tell you that in the streets, right or wrong. Zai, in the streets is like, yo, if you start beefing with some niggas, if you got beef with some niggas, you better get your money right first. If this is a so-called war, you better get your money right. Black people need to focus on getting their money right and dealing with each other, doing right business, not just dealing with each other, doing good business. Black people have a problem with doing good business. Do good business,
That's
man.
what one
Good
of the
business is
things
good
was.
business. Come
That's why one
on.
of the things was in the Babu Society, bro, was no religion. Because religion is gonna
For real.
separate you anyway from the door. You're never gonna sit down and try
right,
to come to a means of, yo, let's do this together and do that because you looking at, oh, he's a Muslim, oh, he's this, he's that. You're never gonna come together. So we gotta put that aside for the common
right,
cause, like BJ said,
Didn't
to
it
get some
separate?
bread, to get some
Did,
money, to get our situation right. Get us
right.
together. It shouldn't
didn't
come
it
with,
separate Malcolm and Martin?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
You even
Um,
had Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was saying that Martin Luther King was fighting the wrong fight.
right.
Devon said, BJ, they don't understand the power in our military. Naima said, the reality is white supremacy exists. Admitting that is the first step. Hey, yo, man. Naima, if somebody, if there's a black person next to me in 2026 that gotta admit white supremacy exists, they got to realize that that exists. I don't even want to talk to them, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh yeah, I just I gotta admit it. White supremacy do exist. Oh nigga, come on. We don't blame nobody but ourselves being so silly as to follow and submit to this corrupt society. We believe too much in the illusion of America, yet I'm a patriotic American for righteousness. All right. Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Taking abuse to break bread with them is crazy work. It didn't strengthen us, it made us weak. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where
But
I'm
they didn't
going.
but you can't no, we can't say that. We can't say that. Because it did have benefits. It did have benefits. The civil rights movement did bring us benefits. It hurt us at the same time. It did help us. It did help us. Taking abuse to break bread with them is crazy work. I understand what you're saying though, Naima. It didn't strengthen us and made us weak. It did. It did, but it came with some benefits. I mean, all these Negroes, colored, melanated people, they're happy that they got the right to vote.
Who was civil rights? That was Martin Luther King bringing, right?
Yeah, Martin Luther King and them,
That's why
civil rights
Nelson
movement.
Mandela said that we should have been going for human rights. Human is the rights that we should have been after, not civil.
But it don't matter, man. We in America. It don't matter what rights you go after. It don't matter about none of that because
And America,
you still asking them.
but
You still going to them to and asking them to treat you a certain way, to treat you equal, to give you equality, to give you rights. to give
Right.
you freedom.
You
And as
still
Right.
long
got to
as you,
do it. You still got to do it, BJ, because you was a slave. A lot of these ways didn't come. You was captive. We was captive. We was
See,
captured.
the civil
So
yeah,
rights.
but you didn't have to go. You didn't have to ask them for nothing. They we really saved their lives. The Civil War, black people saved them. We would have just been back in slavery, but they would have never killed all of us. They was gonna kill a lot of them white boys died in that Civil War. A lot of good old white Americans died in that Civil War. And if it wasn't for them, Abraham Lincoln freeing the slaves to help them in that war, they would have lost. The Union would have lost. The North would have lost. I just think we got to focus on our economics, our finances, our financial literacy. We got to get back to having trade skills and stuff like the slaves had. That's how the slaves was able to build Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't rights. It wasn't civil rights. It wasn't voting rights. It wasn't no rights asking from the white man. Them slaves went out there in dust and dirt with nothing and built
What
cities and towns, man.
what is civility? You know, when you talk about civil rights, it means civility. You know what I'm saying? We got to go get back to being civil with each other. I see it every day. You see how these dudes be cutting people off and cussing in. There is no civility in our community. We can't be civil with each other. Oh, dude seen
Why we
BJ with a
can't?
cat because of the culture that they have started accepting that this, and I don't know how we get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but we gotta get out of this mindset, what you call defeatist, this mindset of, I beat you up. I won't even buy from you, no nigga. I won't even move in the nigga neighborhood because to them it represents something bad, something evil, something not productive. They ain't working together. I've never seen such a broken people in my life. You know, when I was growing up, yeah, they had the Black Panther movement, but the CIA infiltrated them and turned it into something negative, a terrorist organization. And all of a sudden, that's what
that's
the
all they
people
got to
started.
do.
That
That's all they had to do.
once they infiltrate, they always destroy it. They knock it down. Every symbol of power. We got to get back to teaching our kids to be civil with each other, to work with each other, to build with each other. They say so-called Black America has a greater gross national product than all of Canada. So our finances represent power, but they
Yep.
break us up
That's a
so bad.
fact.
They break us up so bad that you got the house nigga, you got the field nigga.
That's a fact, Kurt. Finances do represent power. Dawu said Black America can't be fixed without true religion and divine politics. I challenge y'all on that. The slaves had true religion. The slaves definitely had true religion. They had no choice but to have true religion. They didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing wrong. The slaves
They
didn't do
didn't.
nothing wrong. They didn't do nothing but pray all day, and they still got whipped. They still had to pick their counting. They still got hung. They still got raped. The men and the women. The kids still was used as bait for the alligators.
See, Dawood, you see, I was rooting for Dawood, man. You hear me?
Divine politics. What's divine politics? But go
I
ahead.
was,
Go ahead, Zah.
I was rooting for Dawood, man, for a
Yeah,
second,
Dawu, your
man.
man.
Yeah, man. I mess with Dawood, man. That's my guy, man. Dawood losing me, man, because sometimes that's what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes it comes down to the older brothers is how much we love our Islam and we love our culture and our you know religion. This is Islam is not a religion. I don't put it as a religion. I put it as a way of life. But the problem with that Dawood got to understand that that's been our problem in the world from the beginning of times. This
Facts.
is when people are not going to sit down because you're not going to tell me that your way of life is better than mine. This is why Christians going to hate Farrakhan and vice versa, and Muhammad Salehi Lehi Wasallam is not going to be accepted by my mother and them because do you understand what I'm saying? You got all these denominations, bro. It's never gonna come down to be together, bro, because everybody wants their own to be the head. So you
Okay,
get rid of that. You cut
I
that out
think
for a minute, bro, and you come down to the people.
what I
You see
think
a
that
person as being a person, and let's dialogue that way. Because
Hold
it's
on,
gonna be
Kurt.
hard trying to you a Muslim and we religion. I can understand the religion part of love if we're all coming to the table behind love, but I just don't know if a religion is gonna break that curse. It's gonna break the ice on that for everybody to want to be. Come on, man, you got Bloods and Crips. That's their religion.
Christian. That nigga C Mac said he's a Christian.
let me say this. I
a
think what they
A Christian.
So
I think they wrote was saying,
a bloodyin. You know what I mean?
wait,
Like,
well, I think that they will when he say divine politics. I don't think he's talking about religion. He's talking about spirituality. See, when you touch the spirit of man, then his flesh moves. You know, we got to start reaching at our people's spirit. You got to meet them where they at. You got to offer them a platform that's better than what they got. Once you touch the spirit, you make them move. See, the divine spirit of loving your brother, man, and not being, not moving according to the flesh of jealousy and I don't want to deal with that. Deal with your people. Deal with your people's spirit. That divine politics, I'm down for that because the divine politics is politics no matter what so-called race you want to attach yourself to. We all in this together, whether we like it or not. I
let
don't
me have
hate no.
$1 trillion. Let me have $1 trillion, right? We just found out that Elon Musk is worth $1 trillion, right? Let me have $1 trillion. I bet you I can turn the world around. I bet you I can turn the black culture around
You could
with a
How?
$1 trillion, bro.
How?
by
I'm go-
investing in his community like Elon Musk does.
I'm gonna pull a million man march. I'm gonna reach out. We're gonna reach out globally, bro, to all the black community, bro. And if money can't do it, economics can't do it, it'll never be done. But until
What
a
would you do though, Zah? You're a billionaire. You're a trillionaire. What would be your first move?
bro, I'm bringing all my peoples together, bro, and everybody gonna get a cut of some money, bro.
How much?
Everybody gonna get a cut of some money, and you
How
don't get a
much?
quarter, you don't get a quarter, you don't get a dime of nothing. If you still want to intertwine with negativity and do this and do that, I'm trying to bring you out of that mindset and bring some things. And there's some things I'm gonna have to sit down and go over, but I feel like I can change brothers' lives overnight, and that would be my way of reaching the brothers if the money was right. It's gonna come with
How
some
much money
intellect.
you think it's gonna take to give each person to make it
Like
right?
BJ, man, you talked about it. If I gave every brother, if we found out how many millions of people there was of our culture, and I gave everyone $1 million, $2 million, bro, this gonna change everybody's situation overnight. I don't care if I gave 1 million to a family, but for you to get this money, you got to accept certain things. You got to accept certain roles. You got to accept certain things. You can't do certain things. You understand what I'm saying? But there got to be some limitations. There got to be some rules involved. There got to be some things lined up and set up. And we got to start building our own community. You get what I'm? Elon Musk can do that easy. But man, you already talked about that. He's not going to give that money because it'll mess the economy up. People are going to stop going to work. But if we got our own thing set up, like Farrakhan was trying to do with a Million Man March, trying to put money up for our people to be able to get money back. You get what I'm saying? To set us up a business for our people, bro, and you draw money from this. We have our own black banks. We have our own everything, bro, that we can go to, like Black Wall Street, to get us back to where we at. Now y'all try to bomb us now. Why we got social media? Why we got everything now? Try that now. It might be some people that we might lose. They might try to go at us. But like Farrakhan say, try to kill me and see how the world react to that.
How the world react to what? Them killing Farrakhan?
Farrakhan been said that like, yo, come try to kill me.
Oh man, them niggas ain't gonna do nothing. They don't
You
care
see
nothing
that?
about the Nation of Islam,
You
bro.
see they ain't never tried. They killed everybody else. You see they ain't tried to never come
He
to
he
him.
he's not no real threat.
Now he's not. But
He
when I'm
never
talking
was.
about, I mean, you say that to our culture, he was.
They killed the nigga. He was a part of killing the nigga that was a real threat. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was the threat. He was never the threat. Elijah Muhammad not the threat. Them niggas ain't the threat.
Farrakhan
How
didn't
is
get
he the threat? He ain't. What has he ever done to make him a threat?
his powerful words, man. It's just that our culture did never want to adapt to
Just another nigga talking, bro.
After they killed Malcolm, nobody really wanted to really cling on to the nation after that. After that point, it's like they lost a lot of their, a lot of the power from that murder. I ain't gonna lie, everybody was down with Malcolm X. Everybody looked at Malcolm X as that guy. And it's also many stories that we don't know how he was killed. If the nation killed him, the CIA, whatever it was. But still, that man was a threat verbally.
What up, Noah?
Hey, how you
Um,
doing?
I don't think them niggas. Ain't nobody scared of the Nation of Islam. You know why? Cause as soon as Gaddafi said he was gonna give Louis Farrakhan that bread, Farrakhan ain't take that bread. They told Farrakhan he better not take that bread. He ain't take it.
He couldn't take it.
Yes, he could have. He probably just had to leave America, but
Yeah,
he
he
could
would
have took
probably
that
have to leave
bread.
America, but he couldn't bring that. He couldn't get that money in here. But it wasn't
I
coming
rock
home.
with
He
the
had to go
nation.
to the bank.
I rock with the Nation of Islam for what they've done with the black man, for what they've done, for what they've done with the black man, etc. Um, but I don't know what's going on.
It's still, bro. Ain't nobody jumping behind our
You can hear me,
motives.
no?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just
Davon, you can
about.
hear me? That's Davon phone, man, messing stuff up. Oh, Davon, you on mute. Hold on.
I can hear you. Everything
All
good?
right, all right. Yeah. I'm not. You know what it is, Davon? I got an echo with you.
Yeah, there's an
Um,
echo now.
I respect the Nation of Islam for what they done for the black race, the benefits that the black race has received from the Nation of Islam as a whole. But they're not a threat. The Black Panthers is more of a threat than the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam ain't really a threat. They good for the race though. They are good for the race, but they're not a threat to anything them people in charge got going on. Um, Let me read this. Black America can't be fixed. I read that. You are making our point, BJ. We need to be in control and handle our business amongst each other. Yeah. We never say white supremacy actually exists. We say the false concept of white supremacy is an illusion that has many of us feeling confused and inferior. I don't even know what that means, Dawu. We
I
never say
wonder.
white supremacy actually exists. We say the false concept of white supremacy is an illusion that has many of us feeling confused and inferior. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. What you saying, Davon?
Yeah, man. I wonder. I think you and John touched on it a little bit, but the real key to life, the real key for us to do better, not just black people, everybody, isn't religion, isn't some powerful phrase, isn't some community. It's knowledge, man. It's understanding. It's knowledge and understanding. It's that simple. It's accepting what's true and what's not. It's knowledge. You know they used to burn women for periods. You know there was this guy named his name was Bruno Geo something. They killed this man. The church has killed this man because he figured out the stars and the earth was round and about religion was all that wasn't real. They killed him and burnt him at the stake. Knowledge is the key to everything. Anytime you figure something out, it's knowledge. Is it
Um,
anything else?
what I was about to say. I think I was about to rebuttal something to Kurt. But yeah, we can move on to the next topic, which is your President Trump is boss, no?
Oh, my brother sent me that this morning. That
Who?
clip of them. The
Yeah.
clip of my brother sent it
Trump is
like
boss, man. How you
who
feel
were you
about
saying
that?
that to? He was in France?
No, I hate what's that G7 stuff? I don't know what that is. I don't know nothing this man got going on. Some kind of another meeting, man. I think it was like some world leaders. Somebody from Trump, I mean not Trump, Egypt or something. Wasn't that the meeting for the peace deal, the peace talk again? Davon, didn't you put that in the chat?
The last piece thing I heard him say was, I know he said the shot at somebody and told them to get ready, but hold on. He was already plotting for the next war. But I think
I gotta I can find a clip. I know I have it somewhere. Meanwhile, tell me what y'all think about this. Smackwater says people who voted for Trump are sellouts. Let me see. Sure,
will say stupid shit like I ain't oppressed. You know what Harriet Tubman said? She said I would have freed so many more of my people only if they knew they were slaves. All niggas want is comfortable oppression. Niggas is okay with being oppressed as long as it's comfortable. Massa only slapped that nigga 10 times. He only slapped me 9. I'm all right with that. We pick cotton for just 23 hours a day. Now, he didn't make us pick it sun up again, 24 hours. Niggas just want comfortable oppression. And the system understands that we'll feed these niggas hope. We'll feed them false hope. We'll give them 1 or 2 niggas to idolize, to put up on a pedestal, to chase. And it's achievable, but it's not achievable. The system isn't meant for everybody to win. Because if it was, everybody would win.
y'all agree with that? Naima said knowledge and understanding of what? You agree with Izah?
Yeah, I agree, man. Niggas comfortable, man. Cause niggas slap them 10 times. It slap them 8. Slap me 8. Niggas get comfortable. No bullshit, bro. I feel like you got a little. Yeah, man. I like what he said, bro. Bro, sharp.
So you think black people that voted for Trump is sellouts?
I like them, man. I ain't vote. I don't vote, but I campaign for them. So, you know, I don't vote though. So I can't. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that.
Let me see. I'm about to add. No, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm about to add Davon if it knocks you out.
I
You
thought
good,
that was
no?
it. Oh yeah, I'm good. But there's 2
Okay.
Davons on my screen right
Oh
now.
yeah, let me.
Come on, BJ, get the technology right, man.
That don't got nothing. That's Davon phone. That don't got nothing to
Come on,
do with me.
Davon.
I agree. Sounds like black Democrats to me. So no, I don't think I played. No, how you feel about the White House hosting the UFC event? Are you upset at that too?
Why are people upset?
Because it's Trump. Because it's Trump. That's it. I don't understand.
Wait,
What the
it was
problem
how
is?
much money was that gonna cost? They was building some sort of ring for how much money?
They didn't it was all the UFC. That's why Dana White said he not doing it no more.
So the UFC is building the ring. I mean, generally, this wouldn't happen anywhere outside this country. I don't think this is normal. I don't think it's wrong, but I don't think it's
Why you don't think it's
normal.
normal? Didn't Rome have the Colosseum? Rome had the Colosseum.
Yeah, but why are we
All
comparing?
empires have like entertainment.
That's the problem, man. Brothers
I
trying to
don't
bring
think
it
the
back to the
Colosseum.
Roman days.
I don't think the Colosseum was the equivalent of modern day White House. I don't know. I don't see that parallel. I feel like the White
Definitely
House is not meant to be an entertainment venue. It never has been. If you want to make it a Coliseum, I guess. I don't
Everybody
know.
normally goes
I don't
there,
got an issue with that. I just think
after
it's
they want to
weird.
ring. After they want to ring, you got to go to the White House almost. New York
true.
turned it down this year, but
Nah, they accepted. I just seen something where New York, the Knicks have accepted his invitation to the White House.
oh, okay.
To try to equate fighting in front of the White House to the Coliseum is crazy. You understand people were dying in the Coliseum for sport?
Straight up, man.
The Coliseum wasn't a government building. It was just for
They
entertainment.
didn't
Like it
die
was.
all the time. Sometimes it was regular fights too. They didn't.
It
They
was
didn't
regular
fight to the
fight,
death all the time.
but some of the time I would think
I
it's
said
better.
I really was equating it to entertainment. I was just saying it was like
But
entertainment.
since
College.
when are government buildings entertainment venues?
It don't supposed to be Nora. You're right. Like it don't supposed to be no venue for entertainment.
It ain't no. It's his house.
I'm about to say, is it a government building?
It's his
That's
house.
It is
that's
a
a
government
that's a
building.
government building for politics for government. It don't supposed to be for entertainment. Do it.
Hey, listen, man. I'd rather that than them host a pride event at the White House. Nobody said nothing when Biden had the LGBT and the trannies up there, flashing they tranny tits.
When did
No,
that happen? When did
I
that
didn't
happen,
even know
PJ?
that happened.
Pull up the
I,
video.
Come on, man.
no,
Pull up the
no,
video.
BJ
no,
shooting from the hip, man.
please.
That
Yo,
sounded
y'all
like
crazy. See, this is the problem. Hold
I
on, hold
want
on,
to
hold on,
see
hold on, hold on,
tranny
hold on, hold on.
boobs
This is the
on a White
problem.
House. You
You
just
just
This
I
said
was
just
that.
is the
before
did
that.
you
problem.
just did what Kirk do all the time.
No,
Go down to the
no,
regular
no, no, no,
adult
no. First
skin.
of all, Zai, you need to stop. I'm telling you now, stop. Okay, because I'm about to pull the video up.
I'm
But this is the problem. This is the problem because y'all really act like y'all wasn't here 2 years ago. I remember when this happened. Matter of
I
fact, we
don't know.
spoke about it on the podcast last year. I remember this when this happened, man. I spoke about this already. I got y'all. Kurt, do you remember? First off, how do you feel about the White House hosting UFC event?
I think it's dumb.
BJ, you the only one because it was UFC, man. And you crazy about UFC, man. Let's keep it funky, bro.
I just don't get the purpose. Like, what's the point? Are we trying to be cool? Are we trying to be like appeal to the youth? What are we trying to do here? Like, I think it's just embarrassing on the world stage because every other country in the world is probably looking at America like, what the hell's going on there? Why
Well,
is there a
no,
UFC match at a government building?
they see what it is. They saying, look at them violent Americans. All they deal with is violence. You know why they didn't have uh, Cornelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford on the White House line.
Time out. Hold on though. What's the difference between Trump having UFC, which is probably a little bit grander scale, but Obama used to have practices with real NBA players in the White House.
I mean, generally, I feel like hosting a large scale event like that, you said the word embarrassing on the global stage. I don't think anybody really knows, like, I don't think that was such a big deal. I personally don't recall it. I was 8. But it's like, if it was a big deal, correct me if I'm wrong. If he was just inviting some NBA players, I mean, yeah,
It
sporting events
wasn't a
are
big.
important.
It
They
wasn't a
always
big
That
invite
ain't
deal.
players to
inviting.
the. But
That
if
ain't
you
inviting.
hosting the NBA finals at the White House is different from playing like ball with like a couple of players that won
I
or
was
whatever.
that's a little different.
Like I just think in terms of the scale of it and the just it seems like it's just a show. Like what are you putting this show on for? Obviously there's money going into it. Who
But
are
to
you
be
doing this
fair,
for?
A UFC event ain't the NBA finals. That's not the same scale level of event. Maybe a playoff game, a round one playoff game.
Yo, listen. If I was the president, man, I would build a ring in the backyard or the front yard and throw a night at the White House for boxing. If Obama would have did it and it was a boxing match, nobody would have said nothing. Y'all would have never had no problem with that. Like, come on, that a UFC cage match, man. That's strength. That's men being men, man. We've been doing this for years, bro. We've been doing this for years. He can do what he wants. People are mad. He does what he wants. That's a fact, Naima. Y'all know Obama absolutely hosted a pride event. Come on. I don't know where they was at, Naima. I don't know where they was at. Where is Zai? Get Zai back in here, too.
I don't get gay news. I don't know what gay things happen.
Get Zai back in here, too. And no, don't go nowhere. I'm about to show you.
I'm here.
He did a pride event on the White House lawn.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember that.
Of course you didn't. And it was just 2023 or 24. It was just 2023 or 24. It wasn't even that long ago. It was 2 years ago.
It couldn't have been Obama. 23, 24.
I said Biden, bro. I said Biden.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody said about Obama having a basketball shootout.
Here you go. Don't worry about it. Here you go.
Welcome to the White House.
Thank you. Can we take a little video? Hi, Mr. President. It is an honor. Trans rights are human rights.
Are we topless at the White House?
Topless at the White House.
Have a listen to the trans activists.
Topless at the White House.
And ended up exposing themselves in front of President Joe Biden. Let's have a listen.
Today I need to apologize. Earlier this month, I was invited by the White House to attend a Pride celebration with both President Biden and Dr. Biden. I, alongside other powerful voices in the queer and trans communities, were invited to be represented, seen, and heard in unique and a very special way. As anti-2S LGBTQIA+, especially
2SL. Can anyone tell me what?
We don't even have to stay on that. we don't even have to stay on that.
BJ.
What's up?
All right, BJ. This was it was a Pride celebration hosted, and at the event, some people took their shirts off. That's like if at the UFC event, suddenly in the middle of the game, some player takes the other guy's pants off. I wouldn't blame
look at
that
her
on
trying
the
to justify this.
I wouldn't blame that on the hosting of the event. The event did not involve toplessness. Somebody just took their top
forget
off.
the toplessness. No, forget that. I don't even care about that.
You care
why are the trannies at the? Why are we hosting a Pride event at the White House? Why are we coloring the White House? The Pride colors, the Pride flag colors. Why are we doing that? If we can't have a boxing match, if we can't have a fisticuffs at the White House, why do we got a bunch of mentally ill people at the White House and supporting them?
Because gay rights.
That was crazy though. I ain't gonna cap.
Noah's defending this. Go ahead, Noah.
DJ, gay rights is part of the Democrat political agenda. That is a fact.
That's why I can't. That's why I would never be a part of the Democratic
UFC
agenda.
is not part of fighting. Is not part of nobody's political agenda. It's an apolitical event that costs money and is taking place at a workplace where people are supposed to be working on fixing homelessness and the healthcare system, and not hosting huge events that take up God knows how many working hours that you end up somehow paying for out of your tax dollars. I don't believe
the UFC paid for it.
The UFC paid for everything. There was not a single White House employee involved in this. It was just on their lawn. Trump did not spend a single second of his time thinking about this. I don't know. It just feels hard to believe to me. If it is just that, then whatever. It's just a weird look. I'm telling you, is not the best look. But I agree. The Pride celebration at the White House, probably not the best look either. Especially considering people took their tops off. But yeah, I say no to both.
This is the difference. I don't agree with either one. The gay pride thing at the White House or the UFC. Because as they say, the Biden pushing the gay rights or whatever, That's a political thing. That should happen in Congress. Let them deal with that. Not only that, if the Democrats are about gay people, then the Republicans are about violence to people. So what would you embrace violence more than gays?
What are you talking about, Kurt? As far as violence, what are you talking about? Violence. What are you talking about? What you mean?
It's not the UFC a violent sport.
It's a sport. Yeah, it's a sport. Like boxing is a sport. Like anything else is a sport. It's a sport.
Is it a violent sport?
Yeah, it could be considered a violent sport. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Violence as opposed to gay rights. Well, pick your poison.
I'm going with the violence. Every day of the week, I'm going with the violence. I don't give a damn about no gay rights, nigga,
I'm gonna have to
at
go
all.
with violence, man.
I'm putting both out.
No going for gay rights.
I'm staying home.
I thought you was against violence. You was against violence when Kurt got killed.
I wasn't against violence. I said people are demonic that are celebrating this nigga getting shot in his neck. That's what I said. I said that's demonic. People are celebrating this nigga just got killed and they celebrating. That's demonic. That's all I said. I ain't saying nothing about against violence or nothing.
It's demonic that somebody they laugh and they praise people beating the brakes off of each other. Violence.
I don't know. Listen, this is why. See, Kurt. I mean, Zod. This is why I said Kurt and Dawu got to stay with the women and children, bro. Because I don't have time to explain why this is such a great thing for America to show strength and the patriotic way of America, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. But you rather be cool with the LGBTQ community be shown at the White House. You rather that.
You don't show strength by how strong you is or how you can beat somebody else. You show strength by the principles that you stand on, brother.
That sound good, man. That sounds good, but don't nobody care about principles, bro. Don't nobody care about principles. Stop it, Kurt. Malcolm X died broke on principle.
If you was on this podcast, BJ, talking about, BJ, if you was on this podcast talking about, good dad, bad son, cause I know how to beat people up. I'm strong. I got strength. You wouldn't have half the people that's on this podcast. You talking about diplomacy, strength, and what principles that you're standing on. That shows strength. Strength ain't who can be. I remember the bullies. They used to think because they stronger or bigger than somebody else that makes them the king of the hill.
Nah, you talking about two different things, bro. We talking about mutual combat right here, brother. It's two professional fighters. We talking about We talking about two gladiators, two warriors going in the ring with respect and honor and dignity and showcasing their skills. Yeah, that's what we talking about. We ain't talking about bullies. We ain't talking about none of that. Dawu, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. All right, cool. I can hear y'all. Can hear Dawu?
Hi, Dawu. Yeah,
Dawu in the building.
How you doing?
All right. Yeah. All right. Hold on. I want to go ahead, Dawu. You could you want to touch on something while? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just got to sit in the background, man. So whenever you attack me,
that's fine.
I gotta be able to defend myself.
Oh, okay. You couldn't type fast enough. That was Zod attacking you though. That was Zod.
You know.
That sound like.
That was Zod.
That sound like snitching, bro. That sound like snitching, bro. TV, bro.
Yeah, y'all about to get it now.
Nah, I'm a law-abiding citizen, man. That's telling.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I'm saying, what people don't seem to understand, when I'm communicating, it's like I use the term true religion and divine spirituality. All right? And that's the solution to all of our problems. But nobody understands what true religion is. All right? true religion is only one. There's only one religion. So all that division that you're talking about, that's due to not understanding what the one divine religion.
See, that's what caused the division right there.
No, but
right
it
there.
needs to be but it needs to be broken down. I'll give you an example. Check this out. All of the prophets that's in the Holy Scriptures, for example, right? They all taught the same exact thing. All right. So people who don't go according to their scriptures, for example, all right, they're not practicing what they claim to represent. There's a whole lot of laws, rules, and regulations that's established. That's universal law. And all the messengers of Allah, the Most High, all taught the same universal laws. So the problem is that we don't want to sit down and debate or have a conversation about universal law. We just want to, just run with whatever we want to run with, and instead of keeping it universal. And that's what we do. SPBTOP. When we drop the science, you're going to get a clear understanding of what we're talking about, because we're going to break it down to you clearly, and we're going to have that conversation with you. We don't come to try to just dominate and just follow whatever we've been taught and this, that, the other. No, we keep. How can I best explain this? Yeah, well, we'll see as you go on. Look, well, I said true religion means there's only one true religion. That religion is submitting to peace, establishing of peace through submission to the will of the Most High, the one God. All right, and can't nobody complain with that definition. No matter what religion you call yourself, you're not going to say that that's not the one true religion. When all the prophets were asked what was their religion, that's what they all said. Okay, and in that language of Arabic and Aramaic and Hebrew, and that language that they spoke, the ones of the Bible, that word is Assalam. So, I mean, some people might want to fight and argue with that, but I don't understand why. You understand? I don't understand why people want to debate and fight against stuff that's clear truth that you could easily look at in your own scripture. If you notice, like when we have debates with the Christian Muslim thing and this, that, the other, it ain't really a Christian Muslim, because we identify as Christian, if a true Christian is one who strives to be Christ-like, no problem. But we have a problem when the so-called Christian, we don't really have a problem, but that's on them. But when the so-called Christian is talking against the teachings of Jesus. So that's basically the purpose of the discussion, is to bring forth the oneness. There's only one divine truth. There ain't no bunch of truths. There's different levels of understanding, but that's what the conversation is for. So basically, true religion brings forth peace and unity. All right. If you're a true Christian, or you a true whatever you call yourself, and you live in accordance to the universal laws of the Most High, and you living to be righteous and to you treat your brother like you want to be treated, and the list goes on. My point is that if you do those things, we're going to be one. We brothers and sisters. But if you evil, okay, going against the universal laws of the Most High, doing hurtful things and being destructive, then now we can't rock together. So this black thing, it's a righteous thing. You understand what I'm saying? We got to teach our brothers and sisters to be righteous, then we could dominate. But until we get to that state, we gonna lose. That's it. It's designed for us to lose until we wake up and realize who we are. We're the original people of the planet, and we have the divine way. We have the teachings. We got all the solutions that we need. All we got to do is support ourselves and serve our Creator. And that's the solution to all our problems. And as far as divine politics, people hear the word politics and they think all the corrupt stuff. Okay? When they hear religion, they hear corrupt, they think corrupt. That's because that's all they've been exposed to. They hear politics, they think corrupt, because that's all they've been exposed to. The reality is that politics controls our life. When I say politics, I'm talking about politics is all about taking care of the community, okay? Taking care of your government, taking care of your individual that is in your society. In other words, following the laws, creating laws, or not just creating, but I mean following laws that have been established forever to the service and benefit of humanity in Allah's divine creation. So that's it. I mean, that's simple. Once you understand that, that's very simple, and it's nothing to really fight about. Okay, go ahead. Did y'all understand any of that, or did that go over the head, or what?
Davon, you want to you want to rebuttal that,
I'm
Davon?
gonna rebuttal. Yeah, I'm gonna rebuttal it, but I'm driving,
You
so
ain't
I
got
let
it.
everybody else go first.
You ain't got it. You ain't got to yell. Your mic mad loud, so you ain't even got to yell. You could just talk regular.
Yeah, but I'm driving. That's why I'm
All
yelling.
right.
So let me get you along.
All right, Kurt, you got a rebuttal to that?
No, I really don't,
You
because
agree?
I agree. And I do have a little something to add to it. You know, peace is in every religion. It's about peace with your brother, man. What be it him of so-called white race, black race. You know, if you don't live in peace, you live in chaos. You know, but some religion, when you start talking about religion, that's when you become it ends up in violence. All the Christians don't like the Muslims because they terrorists, and the terrorists don't like the Muslims, don't like the Christians because they are violent people. They push the narrative of the Jews killed Jesus, but yet they put him on a pedestal. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all about spirituality. Like you said earlier, you know, in one of the earlier podcasts, you got to go according to your spirit. What, you know what is right. You know what I'm saying? Teach your children what is right and just. You know, it's not about hatred.
Right.
You know,
but
religion separates us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't believe like I believe, so I want to blow your whole country up. What?
No, that's
that?
Okay.
Go ahead, Dabu. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's false religion. There's true religion and there's false religion. False religion causes chaos and confusion, and that's not of Allah. You understand what I'm saying? That's not of God. Okay, so when we get caught up in the false religion, then we're gonna do all those crazy things, and then that's what people believe religion is. But true religion, like I said, unites because it brings everybody to the oneness of the Most High. Okay, whatever you choose to call them. You understand what I'm saying? But all the prophets in the Bible call them Allah. But if you choose to call them something different, you know, that's your prerogative. But if you're talking about the Most High who created the universe, the sun, the moon, the stars, and all of nature, all right, and set everything in motion for us, all right, and is the sustainer of all. Okay, if we all agree on that alone, that should bring forth unity. And it does bring forth unity amongst truly spiritually divine individuals. That's tuning into their religion. And when I say religion means rules and regulations, okay, of the Most High. The scriptures are basically rules and regulations on how to live and how to serve your creator. All right, and there's a whole lot of similarities in all the scriptures because they was all teaching the same thing. So once we understand that, if you follow those things that's being taught, then, you know, we can have peace. And that's the word, you know, peace through submission to the will of the Most High. That's it. That's the religion. So for us, when you fighting and killing, there's no compulsion in Islam, for example. All right, that means you're not supposed to force nobody, nothing on nobody. You just be the example. All right, and you never to be the aggressor. You're not supposed to attack people unless they attack you. Then you defend yourself. That's the law. You know what I'm saying? Muslim law is you don't go kill innocent people. You don't kill women and children or innocent people, period. That's why if you look at this war that's going on right now, right, with Iran, I'm not saying they're perfect or nothing like that, but if you look at them, most people are not even really following this. Okay, Iran is not attacking innocent people. Okay,
yes, they did.
They're firing on bases, military bases. All right, that are firing.
Iran killed 30,000 people protesting in the street, bro.
Hey, yo, listen, you sound ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? You believe whatever they tell you, right? Are you serious?
You believe in whatever they tell you. You ain't over there. You not in Iran.
Hey, yo, bro. Listen, sometimes.
What are you talking about?
I be listening to some of this stuff.
Yeah, you listening to what they telling you.
Listen. Okay, listen. Okay, so why the only news that's reporting that is American news? You can listen to news all over the
I don't
world.
know who
All over the
reporting
world,
what.
you can tap into news, bro, and nobody's saying that.
I'm
Just like
listening to the
nobody is saying.
Iranian people.
Listen, what Iranian? Oh, come on, man. You listen to the Iranian
Let
people.
me,
All
matter
right.
of fact, Noah, do you believe that Iran, the leaders in Iran, killed innocent people, them protesters? Do you believe that's true?
I don't believe that they killed 30,000 protesters claim.
30,000 do sound crazy.
I don't believe that. I do believe that you could probably find a protest where people are killed. I think whenever there is a congregation of hundreds of thousands of people in the street, I mean, what do you like? I don't think
And,
it's
and,
there's
and
protests
breaking
in
the
America
law.
where people get killed in that. They're trying to crowd control. They're
Yeah.
trying to get the country to not burn a shit. So yeah, if
Yeah.
somebody got killed or whatever, I don't think it was a active target. I don't see any proof of an active targeted killing of innocent people the way that
And,
America throws a bomb at a school, you know? I
and
don't see
no,
any
no. Let me
proof.
ask you a quick question. Quick question. Do you believe that Mossad is in that crowd as well?
Um,
Do you,
I don't believe they're not. I don't fully believe that like it's possible is my answer. It's
Mossad
possible. I
really
have no
do.
proof that I have no proof of
Yeah.
that, but it's
Okay.
possible. I don't not believe it.
Okay. 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 Well, they got listen. There's rules and regulations everywhere. You can't. If we just like when they stormed the Capitol, right? If we went and stormed anywhere, any type of government type of situation, all right, there's rules and regulations, all right? Even when we protest, we have to stand in certain areas. We got to, there's rules and regulations. You have to respect rules and regulations wherever you are. If you go, on tourists, if you go to these Muslim country, you can't just go in there and do whatever you want to do because that's what you're used to doing. And what they're doing over there in a lot of these Muslim countries is they getting into the young people's minds to the point where they don't respect their culture. Okay, the culture that protects them. They being taught not to respect that. Okay, like in some places. I mean, I remember for years Turkey was making it illegal for female students, to cover their heads with the head wrap, and that's supposed to be a Muslim country. So you got when we go to other places, when the colonialism goes to other places, it corrupts those places, and a lot of people got a problem with that. All right, so they support the laws that's in place to protect them and protect their children.
Hey, so you saying what are you saying? I'm talking about protesters in Iran. What you saying, the protesters was breaking the law, that's why they was getting killed?
Yo, what's the law, bro? There's laws everywhere, bro. They know what they
Okay.
can do and what they can't do. All right, you know what you can do and can't do here. All right, you can't do anything you want to do here. If we ran up to the White House, we'd be shot. We even doing certain things in certain,
They
I mean,
protesting,
things.
bro. They not running up to no nothing. They just protesting. They protesting what was going on over there. Hold on, let me play this clip.
Okay.
A video posted Sunday on Iranian social media channels and verified by the Times show people unzipping body bags to identify loved ones.
Okay, does that tell the whole story?
Hold on. The protests have been becoming increasingly violent as the authorities also imposed an internet blackout. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They shut the internet down. Iran
And you
shut
think
their
and
internet
you think
down.
that's and you think okay, they shut down the internet. All right. All right.
Let
All
me
right.
play the rest of this. The video released Friday and
Yeah.
verified by the Times shows smoke rising from a mosque in Tehran. Rights group had reported hundreds of protesters and dozens of security personnel had died. The protests were sparked by a crashing currency and have escalated into a nationwide movement.
That's their narrative.
Okay, now hold on.
Well,
Now
they're
what
starting to, it looks like. And
Go ahead.
okay, now you do realize that a lot of footage that's being shown comes from different times. Like, because they were suffering financially because of a certain what do you call that, embargo
Sanctions.
that we had on them.
Sanctions.
Sanctions, right? So we do things to try to make things difficult in other lands so the people turn on their leadership. All right. This is what we do. And they have to have some type of control of their country. Okay, when things go down. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't have the right to protest and all that, but we don't know the whole story. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even talking about that though. I'm talking about this war. Okay. They could be shooting right in the middle of Israel, for example. They could be killing massive people in the downtown in the cities and all that. They're not shooting their missiles at the cities or populated areas. They shooting at military bases, okay, that are shooting at them. Okay. Meanwhile, America and Israel, they're carpet bombing places. Okay. Iran don't have a history of doing that. That's all I'm saying. All right. If you study the history, they've always helped the underdog. All right. And the ones who are being, like, for example, they're the only country in the world that's trying to help Palestine physically.
I'm not. I'm not even talking about that though. I'm talking about the protest. They killing their own people. The Iranian people said that. I ain't even
Okay,
talking
but
about.
can I make
You don't know what degree that is, man. That's all I'm
see?
saying.
This is the narrative
And
that
Go
most
I
ahead,
don't
Kurt,
people
and
get.
then
support
no.
the
Kurt, then
government.
no.
Most
Let
people
Kurt go.
support.
Let Kurt go.
This is the
Kurt and then
narrative.
no.
They say, oh, well, they killing protesters. But when America killed protesters, they said, oh, well, they breaking the law. They shouldn't have been there protesting. You want to take
Give
American
me an
law.
example of that. What are you talking about? When America killed protesters, what are you talking about?
When they
What,
killed the one dude that the dude that was trying to protect that one woman, they shot him. They said, then they want to say, well, he had a gun on him that he had a
he
legal right
did.
to carry. He had a legal right to carry a gun.
Listen, man, don't play stupid games, man. You
No,
play stupid
I'm
games,
just
you get
saying.
stupid prizes.
Okay, no, okay, then that's the same law that applies here should apply there. Don't say they can't protest, but they should be able to protest,
You
but
can't
our
put your
people
hands
can't.
on. You can't put your hands on law enforcement at all, man. Period. Plain blank. Period, man. I don't care
Okay,
what they doing.
they was
BJ.
burning down mosque. They was burning down the mosque. They was burning down property. They were breaking Iranian law. Iranian law ain't the same as American law. We can't apply our principles to their society.
I didn't.
If they
I'm not saying any of that. So you killed. They're killing protesters. That's
okay,
all I said.
it's against the law to protest in Iran. That's their law.
It is it not? Is it against the law to protest in Iran?
Violently and burn up buildings. Yeah, how many did you said security forces got killed? They was killing, the people that was trying to bring in, some type of uh peaceful shit. When it was peaceful, cool. You start killing the Iranian soldiers or police people. Now it's violent.
They don't even have no weapons. But okay, I hear you. I hear you. Let me go ahead, Noah.
BJ, one, has America ever killed a protester? What's your opinion? It's a factual
Yes.
question, actually. What do you think? Okay,
Yes.
yes. Two, if there were riots right now erupting in DC to have Trump impeached and replaced as president, do you think Trump and his supporters would use any force to end these riots?
No.
Yo, what?
No.
BJ is lost.
That's all I had. I disagree, but
I mean,
curious.
what riot? Y'all burned down America over George Floyd. Ain't nobody do nothing to y'all then. Y'all
Who burned
stay
down
right in there.
America?
No, don't nobody kill. Don't ain't nobody killing protests. When did y'all see start? I'm talking about now. I ain't talking about what our ancestors went through. Once again, I ain't talking about the ancestors. We talking about now. And you said Trump. So give me an example of protesters being killed for protesting. Cause I don't know
Okay.
any.
The 1970 Kent State shootings. The Ohio National Guard opened
You said
fire
what? You
on.
said when? 1970?
Yes,
I
1970.
just said you brought up Trump.
You want today?
I
I
just
don't.
said I'm not talking about the ancestors. That was a total
All
different
right.
time. I'm talking about
1970
now.
is not ancestors. That is literally you.
You just asked me about Trump. You just asked me about Trump though.
That's why I framed it as a hypothetical. Because I
Yo,
know. Okay, they stormed the
I'm talking
Capitol.
about
That
now.
you
We
don't
talking
think
about now. We talking about now.
you
Now.
don't think that
Did the
Iran is
government kill?
going on now. Don't go back. That's how bad it is. You got to
BJ.
go back 56 years. You got to go back 56 years to find an example.
Did any of the protesters? No. Did any of the protesters get killed when Trump's supporters rushed the White House? That you say they invited them in?
Nobody ain't get killed.
Yeah, the lady got killed. The lady got shot in her face.
It was some officers that got killed too.
The lady got shot in her face. A lady got shot in her face. Yeah, the officer ain't getting. No officer got killed there. See, this the problem. This the problem. This the problem.
He died of his injuries from
This the problem. No, he did not. No, he did not die from no injuries from the parade. But this the problem.
Parade.
Yeah. I mean that function that happened. Y'all just be listening to headlines. Y'all really just be listening to headlines. Y'all don't do no research. You don't know what's going on. So you just repeating stuff that you heard. You really thought somebody killed the police at the riot, and nobody killed no police.
Isn't that what you just
police
said?
didn't die there.
What I just said.
You just said 30,000 Iranians got killed in the protests. That figure
No, I said,
is literally from two reporters. New York
and I
Times.
said, hold on,
New York
and I
Times.
said. And I said
He said,
30,000 is crazy. I said 30,000 is crazy. Yes. I know they inflate the numbers. I'm not talking about the numbers. We talking about one murder at the Capitol 6 riots that Kurt thought the police was killed by the rioters. We talking about one murder. 30,000, I said that sound crazy. Right after you said it, no, I was like, yeah, that sound crazy. But I'm talking about the point that they killed protesters. Y'all brought up America killing protesters, and I said no. Not since the civil rights movement and all that. Nah, I haven't seen it. Y'all do that a lot. Y'all want, and then y'all brought Trump up.
Y'all brought Trump up. You know what they usually do here? What they usually do here is they kill them after the protest. That's what they do here. There are a lot of protesters that have died.
I don't see that to be true neither.
Black Lives Matter.
I don't see that to be true neither.
That's because you don't.
Give me a name. Give me a name. Go ahead, Noah.
BJ, there's periods of civil unrest and problems with government that happen in different time periods for different countries. Okay, America's been good since 1970. Congratulations.
I'm not even saying it.
But when America wasn't good in 1970 and protesters were getting shot, there was no Uncle Ben, Big Brother, swooping in and saying, this is so wrong. We got to fix things. Let's go bomb every school in the neighborhood.
You're right. Because Uncle Ben is the big brother. America, and I just finished telling Kurt, I don't want to be in no country that another country could come over and snatch my president out of bed, him and his wife. And
yeah,
I don't want to be in no country like that.
BJ was always a bully, so he gonna support bullyism.
That's false. Go ahead, Devon. Go ahead, cuz.
They tried to do that
I'm
when
gonna
I ran.
address the original point. I don't know if y'all know, but Muslims and Christianity is not the
Can anybody
oldest
hear Devon?
Devon, you gonna have to figure out another way to get up on here, man, or something. You can still hear me, no?
Yeah, I can hear BJ. I can't hear
Devon, you gonna have to go out and come back in.
I was hearing. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she can't hear him, no. It's something with Devon phone and Noah phone, man. Every time.
Oh, that's my... Oh, I didn't cut off. I can still hear you.
I know you, how?
Yeah, because Devon went out. That's why you can hear
Yeah.
him.
Hold on 1 second.
Does anybody hear a static?
Yeah.
It's a lot of static. BJ, whatever you're doing, stop.
Okay, hold on.
Ooh.
It's still messed up?
Yeah. It's getting worse by the second.
Go ahead, yeah. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah, we being monitored by Trump's AI. See, it's gone. They monitoring us, Noah.
That's why you shouldn't talk. That's why you shouldn't talk about Trump too much.
Hey, I don't give a damn.
But you know what though? I gave Trump a chance. You feel me? I gave him a chance.
And he didn't lie the whole time through.
Nah. But you know. But check this out. Check this out. Now I haven't interjected, for some time. I've never been on a show or nothing like that. But what I don't understand is this: I used to like Trump very recently, and the reason what made me start liking him.
BJ, you came back, and all that static came back.
Man.
It's some channel that you own that's causing a whole bunch of static.
Okay, let me get back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to like Trump because what made me start liking Trump is to see, I was seeing how the Democrats hated him so much. And I'm trying to wonder why, because, before he ran for president, a lot of people loved him. You know what I'm saying? He was going to Mar-a-Lago, all the stars was going there, Oprah and Russell Simmons, that was his best friend. He went to all his events, family events and everything. Trump had a strong history of dealing with Black people and Jews. Okay, he had big events at Mar-a-Lago. Okay, so he had a history. And I understand, people mention the Central Park 5 and all that when he did that ad in the paper. But I'm like, most of the people I know back then believed that they did it too. Okay, and they were saying the same things. So I said, you're attacking him on that, and he's a white man. First of all, I didn't support him the first time he went out there. I say because of the Central Park 5 and this, that, the other. But I'm saying I know most people that I knew was against the Central Park 5 when that case went down. They believed it. Okay, I didn't believe it, and I was arguing with a lot of people about that. And then I looked at his history and the things he helped different Black causes and this, that, the other. So I'm not going to ignore all of that. Okay, and sit back and believe that Biden is supposed to be my friend and my savior. So when I saw Black people go, we voted for Obama. He was in there for 8 years, and he couldn't do nothing for us. The first 4 years, we got to wait for the next 4 years because then he could really do it. You understand what I'm saying? So the first 4 years, he doing everything for everybody else but us. All right, he's a cheerleader for the LGBTQ community. He went to Africa and tried to force that on them over there. Okay, he lied about the Flint water being good because it's a Black community. All right, he going over there lying on the news, pretending like he taking a sip, and I'm constantly watching him because we voted for him too the first time. My wife was out there. BJ's mom was out there and went to the inauguration. All right, out in the freezing cold. All right, a couple of months later, I saw how he was rolling, and he was bombing people and killing, with the drones and all of that. And I said, I can't rock with him no more because he's a devil. Then I started really watching him, and I saw all the other evil things that he was doing. Now, we went through 8 years of Obama, okay? And then Black people still love him. He couldn't do nothing the first go around, and then he couldn't do nothing the second go around because they're going to kill him. I'm like, so what the hell we voting for a Black person for? Now you're going to bring Kamala? We're going to go through the same old thing? If he couldn't do nothing, what makes you think? And then they use him to go kill. I'm not going to say they use him, all right? He killed Gaddafi. That was my dude, all right? So there's a lot of different things that he was doing, and Black people just love him so much, and I couldn't understand it. So I said, I hope Trump do win, okay? Because I'm sick of this right here. You know what I'm saying? They actually, all this evilness that I was watching actually drove me to Trump. They said, oh, well, Trump going to put us in slavery. And I said, maybe niggas need to go back into slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because they got freedom. They don't know what to do with it. All right? They out here fighting to kill their babies. They out here fighting to be LGBTQ. They fighting for the LGBTQ community to teach our children in schools. And I'm like, maybe we don't need to be voting because we voting for all the wrong causes. We voting for evil causes. And then you got Trump over there talking about, well, there's only 2 genders and we're not putting all that stuff in the school system. Okay. And then I'm looking at different people lying about they saying, oh, they're not allowing teaching Black history in the schools. And I did deeper research on that. And the mayor, not the mayor, the governor of Florida, he said, no, we already got Black history in the schools and we got no problem with that. We got a problem with this new program where they pushing homosexuality in the Black history lessons to the children. Okay, so all this LGBTQ stuff that they slipping in all the Black causes, and nobody else sees this. I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, our people is the Democrats are Democrats, and they confusing our people. So I had a problem with that. That's why I started supporting Trump. You understand? And I was rocking with him until he became Netanyahu's B. All right. Okay, before he became Netanyahu's chick. All right, that's when I cut him off. All right, because then he was going too far on the other side. But
hold on, Darwin, let me play this clip.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I just want you to have a basic understanding why we did rock with Trump for a minute.
Oh, shoot.
And he was the only one that could stop that war in Palestine. He was the only one that could do it. And that's
why. Hold on, Dawu. You going off the rail to something else anyway. Hold on.
Go ahead.
It doesn't even have one good example.
What did Black people do to this administration that has allowed it to really stigmatize folks of color? And you know how hard it is. You have folks of color in your family.
Sure.
So when you see, things, the Emmett Till stuff coming down, or them doing all kinds of removal of information of Black heroes, how does that sit with you?
Well, what exactly are you talking about, Whoopi? Because you just I know Emmett Till was Emmett Till was the kid. I want to know what she's.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
Actual.
Look, the crowd ready to they just victims all the time. He asked a simple question: what exactly are you talking about?
So in a lot of the museums, there's so many.
She don't know what she's talking about. She can't name one.
Where they're taking down the actual history that happened in this country, slavery.
I thought they were gonna play it. Play what she was talking about, but that's a lie. Why is she saying they taking down? What are they taking down? Anybody know?
In the schools, a lot of the Black history, like some of Martin Luther King's speeches, were taken out of the Black history education. A lot of the Black leaders.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I just heard them having they had some kind of congressional meeting about it, and the lady asked them, is it true that in the curriculum they have taken out a lot of the Black speeches of leaders in the past? And the dude was like, yeah. Now they're trying to take away the whole educational system by.
Okay,
hold on, Dawu.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, he had a question. I'm just saying, I've seen a congressional hearing about it, and they asked the Department of Education or something, is this true? And he admitted to it, that they have taken a lot of that, because to them, that is trying to demonize what the white culture had did and taken away their heroes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, 90 seconds, everybody. I'm watching the clock. Go ahead, Dawu. Noah, you next.
Okay, well, what Kirk was just saying, like I said, a lot of that, most of that is due to the LGBTQ stuff that they promoting in Black history today. Now, why, if you have all these, let's say gay people, right, that did things in Black history, why we have to talk about their sexual preference? Why we can't just big them up as, Americans or whatever, Black Americans or whatever? Why we had to talk about they were homosexual? I mean, they didn't go around talking about Martin Luther King was out there, messing around, this, that, the other. He was just a Black leader, right? So what I'm saying is, why we got to talk about their sexual lives? I mean, why is that? Because they trying to validate certain things, and they promoting and pushing that on the children. and that's the problem in the school system. And even the other brother that was was Fool. Fool was saying he was in the school system and he sees that. He saw that, okay? And all the teachers see that, okay? But now they can't even talk about it or they get fired. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a serious problem. So I see the Republicans fighting against that, and all the Democrats is fighting for that. And when I say all, okay, I'm talking about anybody who's a Democrat that say that they're against that, but they vote for somebody who supports that and votes for that, then you supporting it too. Did that make any sense?
That's Tom right there. No, go ahead, Noah. What you had?
Just because Whoopi didn't know how to reference the exact thing by name doesn't mean that what she was saying was false. It
Go
actually
ahead. You must have
isn't
looked it up.
false.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
to bring the facts to the table,
Go ahead.
Trump issued an executive order where he said that he wanted a bunch of museums reviewed to make sure that their messaging is patriotic. Most of these were Smithsonian museums. One of them was the National Museum of African American History and Culture. It was specifically cited in the Trump executive order, and basically they were just gonna review a bunch of them, and they ended up removing one. Some sort of exhibit about George Washington's ownership of enslaved people because it wasn't patriotic. And then a federal judge ordered that those exhibits should be restored. So if we're gonna only allow museums to show patriotic things that paint America as the good guy, yes, America's history of slavery will inevitably be erased.
But if you allow, I don't care. I personally don't care about slavery being in history books or whatever. I really don't care. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care. I don't need them to teach I don't need them to teach my children my history.
How many of us learned that in school, really?
I don't remember them teaching about history. Hold on. What history they taught you in your school, Noah? And where you was at?
In black history, what they taught you about black
They
history?
taught you about slavery?
I went to an international high school, and in high school, my history class did include a basic overview of slavery. It was like there was a chapter in the book about slavery.
And there ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed. They just
slavery in America?
It was a European program, though. It wasn't an American school that I was in. It was a British school.
It was slavery, American slavery? Oh, okay.
Just about the founding of America. Like, it was kind of just we went over the history of every country, and part of the history of America was slavery, the discovery of America, all of that.
So when the Democrats are in office, how many of them is fighting for reparations? How many of them fighting to get all this deep knowledge of history, black history, in all the school system? You don't see that happening. They only arguing when the Republicans is in there, try to make them racist. They say, oh, they racist, they racist, they racist. I don't see the Democrats pushing black history.
I don't see anyone pushing it, but at least I don't see Democrats erasing it actively.
But okay, not publicly, but it's done because it ain't there. They're not teaching no deep black history in none of the schools, even in New York, where we supposed to be free. You know, they're not teaching that to every school. I mean, New York is in the white school, they definitely not teaching that. So it's supposed to be in all the schools, if that's going to be the case, right? If they fighting so hard about black history, they should be teaching it in all the schools, which they're not. So they hypocrites.
So so nobody here learned anything in school about black history or slavery?
We learn about 10 people. We learn about 10 people.
If that.
But yet we learn the whole.
It's over nothing. You understand?
We learn the whole history of the Jewish Holocaust.
Exactly. And white history, and the lies of white history. That's all we learn. That's all that's important in America. So
I mean, they cover it all about the same. They don't go deep into the Holocaust. They tell you Hitler killed all these Jews and this, that, and the third. They don't go deep into slavery. They tell you Christopher Columbus came over here and brought the slaves over here and created America. They teach you about Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth.
They don't tell you about how many of our people got
it.
killed here. They don't tell you about how many black people got
Yeah.
killed
No, ours
coming
kind of
over here
skipped
and here.
from. We skipped from like Christopher Columbus right to the Emancipation and the 13th Amendment and all that. I didn't learn about any Harriet Tubman or anything in the process. We just learned about how it started and how it ended.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, you can't expect your enemies, your oppressors to teach you the truth anyway, especially about your history. So I don't really care about that.
I just think it's the notion of the notion of our museums should all be patriotic when I just think in light of America's role in every war and in light of like I've seen it also in Israel's playbook, like if your museums are only going to show you as the good guy, I just don't think that's generally what a museum is for. I think typically especially in developed countries, they try to have the museums be more independent and not politicized. When you put the concept of they have to be patriotic, then you're just going to end up changing history, whether it's about Black history or about anything screwed up that America has done at any country. It's just always going to find its way out of the public eye, which, you know, it goes against all the freedom of speech. Isn't the government not supposed to restrict speech? I guess BJ said once that he didn't care about freedom of speech, but
our speech, the media in this country, they're not telling us anything what's really going on anywhere. It's dealing with this war. Everything is completely one-sided. So if they're gonna do that, then they can do this other stuff. We're not hearing the truth about what's going on in this war. All we hearing about is what we doing. We go bomb this, or we bombing them, we beating them. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so why you can't take over this little waterway here? Go to Strait of Hormuz. Why you can't go up in there? Why you standing back?
Wait, you know, not only that,
obviously you ain't winning. Obviously you ain't winning. You winning. You can't take that little waterway.
Not only that, the narrative is, oh, I obliterated their nuclear, but you telling them you can't have the nuclear stuff that y'all got over there. The narrative is always skewed to make America look like the knight in shining armor, and everybody else is the enemy. Anybody that don't agree with their false narrative is an enemy or a terrorist.
But that's only to ignorant Americans, because the rest of the world sees clearly what's going on.
Well, BJ called it strength. Davon was like, oh, take all the oil. Took all the oil from Venezuela and then raised the gas prices, saying we got a shortage.
That is strength. That is strength.
And check it out. And Trump is
you don't have to like
uniting
it.
The
that
world
shows
right
strength.
Now. Trump is uniting the world right now. Okay, he's uniting the whole world against America and Israel. All right, and it's a beautiful thing because other people will become liberated. African countries are going to start prospering, and things are going to change for the better for the rest of the world. All right, and we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right.
Right, we're going to be all right because I believe that. I believe that to be the truth. He's uniting all these nations against us.
Yeah. Y'all so crazy and delusional that y'all don't have no problem with all. Y'all happy that all the nations is going to be against America. Why would y'all be happy about that? How y'all know we're going to be all right? What you mean?
You know why? I'm going to tell you why.
First of all, nobody likes black people.
I'm going to tell you why.
Globally, that's a global thing. I hope y'all don't think it's just an American thing. So whether the Iranians win or and the world come together and destroys Israel and America, we still going to be at the bottom of the barrel as a black person, as a black Muslim, Dawu. You still gonna be at the bottom of the barrel.
Okay,
no matter
that's what you believe. All right,
you think gonna beat America?
Nah. It's not. First of all, check it out. Nobody is threatening America. Nobody ever threatens America.
You just said that everybody is turning against America, though.
No, but they're not going to go. They're not trying to mess with America. They're just not going to.
Why they don't want to mess with America?
Because they can't.
Because
they can't. Because that's what a sign of strength. A sign of strength.
No. I'm not going to say they can't. They don't.
A sign of strength.
They don't want to. They not bought. In other words, they working together. to build. Listen, when like for example, Russia and China going into Africa and Iran dealing with Africa,
Because they
all
can.
them
Because
they
Africa is
doing business
weak.
deals.
Because Africa is weak.
Now
Nobody's
you don't
saying
understand
nothing
what
about that.
you're not listening to what I'm saying, bro. I'm saying that Africa is getting stronger because they cutting business
No, they're
deals.
not. No, they're
Okay,
not.
with Russia. Okay, you can say what you want. All right, I told you who's going to win this war. Okay, remember when this war is over, let's see who's still in place and still doing their thing. And if they doing that, that means they won. All right, like if I got in the ring with Mike Tyson, all right, and I went 15 rounds with him and I didn't go down, even though they might give the belt to him, I won. Okay, because he's a
No, you
champion.
lost.
Okay, and I'm just an old dude going in
If
fighting
you didn't,
Mike
if you
Tyson.
didn't win the belt, you lost.
Okay, well that's that. So whatever the narrative that the oppressor has, you just go along with the narrative, right?
No, that's just the truth. If you didn't
That's
win
not
the
the
fight,
truth,
you
bro.
lost. You lost
That's
the
not the
fight.
truth.
You
No,
trying to look for a moral victory.
No, what I think he's saying is this: if this war was about nuclear stuff, and you went into that war and you still ain't get that nuclear stuff they was after, you didn't get the belt, but the war's over. You lost. America lost that war, and plus they given Iran billions of dollars that they already owed them. So how is it you're gonna say y'all won because you ended a war that you started?
No, I'm not saying we won. I'm not even talking about the war. I'm not even talking about that. I'm not saying that.
Well, that's what
We wasn't even
Daewoo was
talking about
talking
that.
about. You know,
yo,
they lost.
Iran is
We
fighting.
as America, and the reason why people are against blacks is because we are attaching ourselves to America. They don't like Americans, not just blacks. They don't like America because of how American policy has been over the years to every other nation. That's
They
what
don't. They don't.
they
Even, they don't even have a problem with Americans. They don't like the government of America. They make that crystal clear, especially
right.
black people. They don't have no problem with us. Okay, over there. Okay, they make it. They made it clear. I mean, even when Davon, I remember Davon said, well, a couple of shows back, how when they freed the hostages, they said, "Oh, the black ones, they didn't have no parts of this. All right, so let them go." That's when Jesse Jackson went over there, and
Yeah.
Jesse
Right.
Jackson and Farrakhan used to travel together, and they used to help lift, get the black hostages out of these situations. And see, Farrakhan being a Muslim, he could go communicate with them on a certain level and let them know, yo, we ain't got no parts of this. But now the problem is that you got these black soldiers going over there and helping them bomb them. So those they just gonna get it. Unfortunately, because they think they part of this superpower. Okay, and we got power and everything, but it's gonna be a sad situation. I'm not rooting for anything to happen to them or nothing like that. I'm not. But what the hell are you doing over there? And somebody
If
else's
you
land
They
messing
doing
with
their
it.
job, man. They doing their job, man.
remember
And
this
yo,
though.
who they
Remember
working for?
this.
You either working
Remember
for
this.
God or you working for the devil. Who you working for?
Listen, at either rate, every great empire in the history of man, at its apex, eventually crumble because of their arrogance. Oh, we this great nation, we done defeated these countries, and it
That's right.
crumbles
That's right, brother.
because
And I'm gonna tell
they're not following a divine law about peace on earth. And
the whole world.
America has its day coming. Trust me,
Yes,
they do. See,
the whole world.
you can't cover up evil and say, well, it's because we strong, so it's not evil. See, evil has a way of reverberating
Nobody's
back.
saying that.
I'm just
The
saying.
whole
You saying
world.
ain't nobody
Hold
gonna
on,
mess with
Daru.
us?
Hold on, Daru. Yeah, but
You
that
say,
don't mean it's not evil. I'm not saying that. I'm not
but
saying because we strong, we not evil. Well, I
but
mean,
you say
America's actions aren't evil.
you saying ain't nobody ain't gonna mess with us because we're strong. Even the biggest bully get their head
All
cracked.
right, but right now we ain't getting our head cracked, bro. We've been at war, and your life was you haven't been affected. You still was going outside, going to the store, doing
Say
whatever
that,
you wanted to do,
but say that to the
and we've been
brothers
at
that went
war.
over there. Say that to the brothers that went over there and won wars
That ain't my
and
life.
died.
I don't have to say that to nobody. I'm just saying.
So for you to say you just prospering from the evil that this government has bestowed on people.
Okay, that's clear cut, and you are too. What are you talking about? You
Exactly.
prospering too. All right.
So my narrative stays the same. That it ain't
Mine do too.
specifically. It's not about them hating black people. They hate the Americans' policy. It
Yeah,
ain't just about
the
black.
government, not the people. They
It's
sent letters
about
to. They sent a letter to America. They sent a letter to the regular Americans. Say, look, we ain't got no beef with y'all. All right, but if you
even
come over here, trying to, take what's ours, then you're gonna have a problem.
it's even during the war of Vietnam. There is documentation about what the Vietnamese over the loudspeaker was saying. You blackies, go home. This is not your war. But
Exactly. They
we
always
was
do it. They always do it.
because it's not our war. It's our government's war.
The
You know.
Vietnamese will still come over here and kill you. They'll shoot you in the back from running
Yeah,
outside their store.
because you loving your American government. And they hate your American government because your American government has bestowed all kind of wickedness upon the earth.
And because we hate ourselves, and they have no respect for us because the way we operate too. I'm not saying nobody deserves to get shot or nothing like that, but I'm saying how we supporting them, and if they
Right.
doing things like this to us. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna be? I mean, especially that one. I mean, how are you gonna get away with that? You know that the law is not going to work necessarily in your interest, but how you got all these gangbangers and everything running around
And
killing each other.
we hating ourselves, but yet we
Yeah,
want to say, well, they hate us. Well,
yeah.
okay, we hate us.
And your garden, I mean, PJ, check it out. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Like you keep saying to me, talking about me as far as what do you say? What do you say? I know the old part, me and Kurt and all that. We need to get out the way and all that. And the
Yeah,
other
no, we
part
need
is
to
Yeah,
stay at
y'all in
home
the
with
way.
we need to stay at
Yeah,
home
y'all
with
stay
the
at
women
home
and
and
children.
protect the women and children, man.
no. What's the other word? The other word that you said was
Victim
that
mentality,
yeah,
victimized.
victim. Now I don't know how in the world you gonna line me up with a victim mentality, bro. I don't never blame the white man for nothing. I point out certain things that's in place, but I'm like, I don't never do that, bro. I don't even deal with. I don't. If you deal with them, then you're gonna be a victim. All right. I don't
I
shop.
can't remember exactly what it was. I have to remember.
I know
Yeah,
this. All of my failures in life came because of mistakes that I made. It had nothing.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes, there are obstacles that have been placed in our lives that we can overcome because we got to be able to do things the right way. But when you say
Okay.
I'm a law-abiding citizen, you are
Yeah.
submitting to what the white man's law said you're supposed to be.
Okay. But even with but in reality, the only way I see is if you independent, you got your own business, then you free. All right. But if you work for them and they can decide where you work and what position you go to and all of that, then it's everything is not necessarily fair in that sense. Okay. And if you come into a degree of consciousness of yourself, I don't know. I mean, some people are uncomfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? So that might hold you back too in certain instances. You
See,
know.
this is my thing about economics, and I don't know if this is true in the schools now. They never taught us economics or politics. They told us about Black history and arithmetic and math and so forth, but
And vote blue no matter who.
economics was never implemented in the educational system. So that we didn't even know nothing about economics. All we know is I got to go to work, I got to get some money, and it had nothing to do with creating generational wealth and building your own business, your own product, your own brand. It was never that. I remember like when Fubu came out with their clothing line, for us by us, right?
Yeah.
Well, they eventually took the copyright off of it, and that's where they started losing money. Because they had to go to get a copyright where can't nobody steal it, but those copyrights expire.
You always got some laws in place that you got
There
to
are
be
laws.
prepared for. Yeah,
You got to be
they're laws.
prepared for it.
Yeah, you got to be prepared, and you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We're
Well,
dealing with them.
we got to start creating our own wealth and doing, like the Jewish people and the Italians. Even BJ said it. They turn their money over in their own in their own society 7 or 8 times before they spend outside of their own race of people or their own culture.
Yep.
We get the first $1 million and what we go do? Go buy a Cadillac, go buy Gucci shoes, Gucci hat.
Okay, you think that could change?
Yeah, that it should, but we got to teach our children what's value. See, people place value on things. What's value? What's value in your life?
And with success, with true success.
Right. Go get into real estate, buy up some land, buy up some property, and build on that.
Hold on, y'all. Let me play this clip right quick. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is Strength, Kurt. I'm the boss.
How are you?
Good, thank you. That's Strength right there, Kurt.
What? That white man?
That's what Strength look like. Come in a room of world leaders and say, I'm the boss.
Who's that?
And they guess what? They look
Trump.
at him, they smile at him, and they snicker behind their back, and they make deals with other countries that make those other countries stronger.
Oh.
See, strength come with unity. In numbers, we're strong. You know what I'm saying? Even Canada is creating that line between them and China because of the things that Trump calls strength and putting tariffs against people that the taxpayers are paying for. We pay tariffs. Tariffs is nothing but an excessive tax. That's what the Supreme Court ruled and called it unconstitutional. You know what I'm saying?
He's destroying America right now.
No,
yeah, he is.
The economy booming right now.
What economy are you living in?
Economy
in
booming
his
right
mind,
now.
he about to need to be put away now.
The economy booming right now. You're crazy.
In his mind, yeah, for him it is.
Well, I know the truck industry was booming right now. I know the industry is booming. Goods and services is booming right now. I know that.
But it's not. It's booming for certain people.
Goods and services, the industry, the distribution industry is booming right now, man. Yes, that's all I know.
Y'all moving product to stores that people can't afford.
They could afford it. It ain't slowing down. If they couldn't afford it, people wasn't buying it. It wouldn't be moving. Hold on, y'all.
They're taking down the actual history that happened in this country. Slavery happened. All kinds of stuff happened. And it seems that it has been very easy for this administration to remove that and also to denigrate Black folks who have worked their behinds off to get this American dream. How do you, you know better.
I think, okay, look at Washington, D.C. One of the most democratic and one of the blackest, by a share of population, blackest cities in the United States of America, has seen a radical decrease in violent crimes and sexual assaults and in murders. We have tried to take the crime issue seriously, in part because we believe everybody, whether you're black or white or rich or poor, deserves to live in a safe neighborhood.
Why does the crime? Where does the crime step in? This is not about crime. This is about right. This is about
Sonny,
rights.
What you're saying is we got to do more on the economy.
Black history has been erased from public spaces.
Black history is not erased from public spaces.
We do have to get to Iran when.
It's not.
What? She said it ain't about crime, it's about Black history being erased from public spaces.
Yeah, he's pointing out that they stopping the crime.
Let the niggas keep killing each other. Keep killing each other. We more concerned about the books having slaves. Yeah, we more concerned about the museums. Let the niggas keep killing each other.
A museum that we don't even go to.
These people are crazy.
They were more concerned about continuing this war over in the Middle East and going down there and capturing Maduro while letting the other drug lord go. You know, they talking with forked tongues. That's the hypocritical part that I don't like. You know, you say you went out.
But that's with everybody. That's with everybody though. That's business. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you're not gonna like everything that people are doing. Yeah, I'm saying you dealing with them when you do business with people. You know, you don't necessarily agree with everything that they do, but certain things that benefit you, you rock with them for that. You know what I'm saying? And somebody give you the best deal, you're gonna shop with them, right?
When I told BJ some time ago that they were talking about getting rid of the medical situation, he said, "What medical situations?" I said, "It's in the 2025 project." Now you got even the rural hospitals closing because when you take all of these funds out of the financing for medical, and it comes out of hospitals and doctors, then you have a medical crisis. They done got rid of vaccines and different. Now you got a measles crisis. Now your American people that was over there in that country where they had that other disease, they don't want to bring them back to Georgia. Back to America. But they have, and it's starting to spread because they took the funding out of medical research and all of that. Medical research has always been really important in keeping us. I couldn't even get my kids enrolled in school years ago without having them vaccinated. All vaccinations are not, it's scientific. They do research about it to find different medicines that are that can cure certain things.
I'm never vaccinating my kids. I don't care what research they tell you that the same man that you talking about that you don't listen to with that other stuff is the same person that's putting that stuff in your kids and messing them up. I don't mess with vaccinations.
There's other solutions to those problems.
I definitely don't mess with vaccinations.
But our people are ignorant, so we don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? We got cures for all type of problems, bro. Naturally, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But there are plants that have medicinal properties in it that they end up and this is just speculation. They killed Dr. Siebel because he came up with a cure, but it's against big pharma. It would kill all of their funds. See, big pharma would prefer you to be on some Percocets or some oxycodone.
Yeah, but you know what? From Dr. Sebi on, and I deal with Brother Rassan Abdul Hakim. He goes back as far as Dr. Sebi. But there's a lot of cures coming out, natural cures that's in the health food store right now with different products that's out there. We just got to become conscious of that,
Right. I heard that there was this plant in Africa, and that's one of the reasons why they want those rare earth minerals out of Africa, because it has healing properties in it.
Definitely.
Who want them out of Africa?
These capitalist countries. Just like they went into Africa and they dig the diamonds out of Africa, they pay them people $8 a month and come and sell you diamonds for thousands of dollars. They raping them of their rare earth minerals.
We got like 15 more minutes, y'all. We'll get off at 1:30. Hold on. Let me play this clip right quick.
On it, and I'm proud.
You're proud to be prejudiced against white people.
Yes. Y'all are proud to be racist, aren't y'all? No, hold on. Let him speak.
See, and this is the problem. This is what I'm talking about. The elder blacks are teaching the younger blacks this prejudice shit, just like the elder whites are teaching the younger whites this hatred. This is hatred being taught.
Right. For mass deportation of all legal aliens because they hurt black people
African.
the most.
I'm Liberian. Fuck is you talking about, dickhead? I'm fucking African, bro. Get him the fuck off, bro.
Look at this.
Get him the fuck off, bro. What are you talking about? Hold on, there's more illegal motherfuckers that make more than your black ass. Let's be honest.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, bro. Let's be honest.
She said there's more illegal MFers that make more than your black ass right now. So see, that's why I don't mess with them neither. That's why I don't mess with them Africans and all. Not all of them. Select a few. I don't just because somebody's black. I don't. I'm not with that, man. Show me who you are. Character. I'm all about character. I don't care what color. I don't care what color you are. I'm about character. Let me finish this clip though.
Yeah, you right.
Bro, the legal motherfuckers make more than your black ass, bro. My parents make more than your black ass, bro.
And your parents are illegal?
Fuck is you talking about, yo?
Why can't she keep...
Go get her parents. Go get her parents immediately. Lock them up. Deport them now.
Speaking. She wants to speak, it's okay. Don't touch my mic, please.
No, we're not. Stop.
Whoa. Look at them.
Why they so mad? Who is teaching us all this anger and hatred for the white man? They haven't lived through racism and hangings and Jim Crow and segregation and all that. Who is teaching them all this hatred towards the white man? They so mad and so hateful that they not even making sense. She not even making sense. She talking about her parents are illegal immigrants and they make more money than him. And you talking to me now? You just stupid, emotional. And that's what I mean. That's one of the problems too. We becoming hateful,
overly emotional,
and hateful.
Yeah.
I feel like this. I only hate those that hate me. You hate me, I don't fuck with you. I hate you too. Go on. We could
You're
just.
not supposed to hate nobody, man.
That's a
You're
human.
supposed to love everybody, brother. We love everybody, man.
If somebody
but we know who to keep away from.
Yeah, if somebody has hated me enough to try to harm me,
I don't love everybody. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
I love everybody, man. I love everybody. You know what? And when you love everybody, you know what? You on top of the game, man. When you love everybody.
I got agape love for everybody. I don't wish nobody to die before it's time for a lie to call them. I just don't. I don't agree with that.
Just because I don't love someone don't mean I want them to die. Or just because I hate someone don't mean I want that person to die.
Well, see, people.
I might just hate their behavior. I just might hate the way they act.
You got to understand, love is not an emotion. Love is an act. It's what you do. It's not what you feel. Because you can tell somebody one day, I love you, and the next day, a diesel truck can run them over, and you're going to jump out the way to keep yourself safe. So the word love, see, a lot of people get love and lust mixed up with what love is. Love is doing something.
Love means to help instead of hurting. To love, to help instead of hurting.
To do every blended thing, but it's supposed to be, being at peace. I could even love my enemy by just being peaceful. I don't have to fight you. Because I don't deal with you, I just won't deal with you. I don't wish you no bad.
Brings peace. Love brings forth peace.
Right.
Love brings forth peace. Because when I say I love everybody, what I'm saying is that I'm on a certain level of understanding where, like, say I go outside, I could be in the middle of a hood, the worst hood, and I'm in Disneyland because of my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I see good in everything. You understand? So I'm going to, in my travels, I'm putting out that positive spirit, and that's positive spirit coming back to me. So that's what the power of love is, Now, at the same time,
it's an action. It's what you do. It's something that you do.
Now, if you're around evil, when I run into evil people, then I feel sorry for them. You understand? Because they're ignorant, okay, and they self-destructive, and they don't catch the wrath, and I know that, because I'm spiritually in tune. So I'm not jealous of them. I don't hate them. I feel sorry for them because they ignorant, they stupid, and they're gonna suffer behind the way that they act, like you said. So when I say I love everybody, hey, that don't mean I roll with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That don't mean I roll with everybody, but I love everybody enough to share some wisdom with them so they can have a better life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me play this clip right quick.
You can't trust me. I've been working with him for 45 years. A nigga just ain't gonna do the right thing. He got an attitude about everything. Pastor Manning, he ain't for the black man. He against the black man. Then you got rap music. Damn. And it gets worse. Our youth today, you go to Daytona Beach, I don't know if y'all seen some of the videos. They even go to Ruth Chris restaurant now. They're like a bunch of monkeys. I swear before God. Black Gen Zers, somewhere between 15 and 30, they're like monkeys. They're like marauding monkeys. Turn loose on shopping malls, restaurants, running amok, knocking over things, fighting and shooting and killing, half naked. They're like monkeys. Send their asses back to the jungle.
What you think? Y'all agree?
I say some of them are like that.
Yeah,
some are like that. All of them are not like that.
Yeah, he's stereotyping. So
Right.
that's
Cause my son is in that age group, and you ain't gonna see him doing none of that. He gonna find him a job, go to work, and stay out the way.
Yeah, he seemed like he trying to get white viewership or something.
Well, he trying to get a rise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you start talking division and it's them and us, then you get a rise in the people. That's all they looking for. That's race baiting and hatred that just being spewed. Why he ain't talking about the good of the ones that are trying to do good?
Yeah, but he talking against young black people.
Right. But he's trying to generalize every young black person is hanging off of roofs like monkeys. No, they ain't.
And just like every black person ain't a criminal. And every black person ain't out here, trying to break in your car and this, that, the other. It's a few that
but
make
this
it
is
bad
the narrative
for the minute,
this is the narrative they trying to push into the public's eye. Just like they did
with that.
Yeah, just like they did with the homosexuality and the twerking and the whole 9 yards of, just immoral type of behavior. It's just immoral. And
that's okay for him to talk. It's okay for him to talk about those ones that's doing that, but don't throw everybody in one,
Right. Don't generalize us as a black race that's all we do. Because it ain't.
But the sad part is that 85% of us that vote to kill our own babies. That's sad.
I'm tripping. Hold on, y'all. Dabo, I want you to explain this to me after this finish right here.
This is the land of Judea. Before it was called Palestine, it was Judea. It's a
Prove
fact.
it.
You can Google it.
Prove it.
Okay, let me prove it so easy. What does Palestine means in Arabic? What does Palestine means in Arabic?
I don't know.
What does Palestine mean in Arabic, Dabo?
I don't know. You got to ask Noah.
Doesn't mean it's European.
It doesn't mean shit. It's European.
People that call the land
Stay, I'm
Palestine.
gonna skip you now.
No, don't skip me. Don't be a coward. Stay. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I'm not
Don't be
gonna have to
afraid.
stay.
Don't be afraid.
I'm not afraid. I
Stay.
said that I don't care.
Oh, what do you mean you don't care? It's your identity. You
Doesn't
don't care about
matter.
your identity? Of course it doesn't matter, because you know that Palestine doesn't mean anything in Arabic. You
I
know
don't
that
think
that's
you know
why
it.
you're calling it Palestine, because you don't have P in your language. You don't have P in your language. How can you be from a land where you can't even pronounce the name?
Because it's a name.
Yes, it's a name that
anything.
means nothing. It's a name that was given to the land
means
by
something.
Europeans. The Roman Empire came to the land of Judea, where Jews are from, destroyed our temple, kicked a lot of us out, and then renamed the land Palestine after the Philistine that were also Europeans. They were also Greek. And then you guys came and you were Arabs. And then when Israel was established, you started saying, no, actually, we're Palestinian. What does Palestine mean? I don't know. What does Palestine? I don't know. What being a Palestinian means? I don't know. How does a Palestinian is different than a Jordanian? I don't know. You're Jordanian, my friend.
Oh, so she's spitting.
What
Man,
is
I
she?
forgot about that.
What is she?
I was supposed to play that when Noah was up here. I don't know. I guess she's Jewish, but I don't know.
Okay, but Judea is not an ancient word either. It wasn't called that because they didn't. There wasn't no J. The Jewish didn't use a J
Kurt, you
back
on
then.
mute.
Judea is not. That's an English word, and
Yeah,
because they don't have J's in Hebrew,
right.
it's just you know.
It would be Judea. But I mean, so her point is not valid either because
Well,
all the words is messed up.
you gotta understand all of that falls up under that European colonialist. You know
Mhm.
the how they have caused all kind of mayhem on all countries. Every
Yo,
bully
all you
got
got,
his day. All
all
bullies
you got,
got his day.
all you got to
Every
say clearly
go,
is that. I'm sorry.
no, I
What?
was just saying every bully got his day. Yes, we
Mm,
might be, as BJ say, strong now, but when somebody jump up and slap them, don't say, "Well, we ain't got nothing to do with it." Yes, you do, cause you support your government.
yeah, and those people that are over there, that's claiming that they're not Semitic at all. They have not a Semitic drop of blood in them. I'm saying
Right,
the majority of them, they straight out of Europe. So they got a lot of nerve to be talking what they talking. So the so-called Arabs that's over there have more Semitic blood than they have. All right. And we have more Semitic blood than they have. But that's a different story, you know what I'm saying?
right. So that just goes to show Europeans have stole everybody culture. Like
Yeah.
the colonialists don't have no American blood in them for real. That's something they
Mhm.
created.
Yeah, Native American, right? Native American
Yeah,
blood. Yep, they
right.
came and stole everything and they continue to do it and they continue to get away with it. But guess what? It's changing now. With
It's
this with
going to
this with
change.
Dawo,
with
I
this
know
internet.
you don't call yourself black. What do you call yourself?
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. See, now when I hear
We
Kurt,
could leave out on that. Go
listen,
ahead.
when I hear Kurt speaking about black, I understand exactly what he's talking about. You understand? And because I know the school, I mean, that's like Moorish teachings. And I was in, I'm still affiliated with the Moorish Science Temple. All right, but what I say to this is that in this day and time, people are using the term, like I said, all over the world, they're using black because in Africa, they just getting hip to certain things, okay, from years and years ago. So to make it real short, it's like they looking at old footage of Malcolm X and this one and that one, and they seen all these great black leaders that was in America, and they getting turned on because they were colonized too. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? We went through slavery here, but they colonized in their own land. Okay, so that's worse. All right, they half of them worship a white Jesus in Africa.
Right.
That's the craziest thing in the world. So they're oppressed too. So they see they looking for liberation as well, and they see our leaders as strong black leaders. So they just getting turned on to a lot of them. I'm saying a lot of them, with this internet, they seeing it. They're like, wow, black people been representing this back from the 70s and the 60s and all of that.
And
So they
basically, what those African nations are doing is looking at the Black Americans now and see
yeah,
where they failed in slavery, so that they
yeah,
don't repeat it. Because it's
yeah.
bound to repeat it if you don't look at it.
But they starting to, I'm saying, in Africa and the Caribbean, they starting to learn from Americans,
Mistake.
revolutionary, and what they're doing is that they starting to claim black too, and by everybody, by all of them claiming black, it is bringing people together under one battle. Now, I say the term that I use for myself when people ask me where you from, I said El Cabalan. Al-Kabalani. You know, Al-Kabalan is the original name or ancient name that we use for Africa. All right. And when I say Africa, I know that we from here too. You understand? We the original people here too. You understand what I'm saying? But you know, as the white man teaches that everything comes from Africa, so that makes sense to me. So I'm not going to argue with the white man in that sense because you know that's where he find the oldest bones, and that's where the oldest bones have been found. And so I have no problem with
Well,
us traveling all over the world. We took over the whole world, you know, and
well,
so
well,
we the first here, we the first there.
what it is we're indigenous. I keep saying,
Right.
I always use that term. You know,
No,
we're
you're
not.
right.
We are indigenous. We are the indigenous, which are the original people of the earth. We're not
Everywhere, right.
black. We're not black because there is no origin of black except in the language that the colonists brought.
No,
Black
what you saying?
represent.
Listen, listen, technically, you're right, but you're not. It's not. It's you know how long
But
brothers
the
been teaching that, bro. It's
but the
not going to
repres
spread.
but the
But
representation of black represents power and authority.
okay, so you got to look at that side. Now you're making a point. Like I said, black represents death, right?
Right.
Now, what is death? Now? Who died? What dies? What dies?
The body?
Okay, but truth can never die, right?
Right.
Okay, the only thing that could die is falsehood, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that power that you're speaking of is a threat, okay, to falsehood. Okay,
Right.
that's why I mentioned earlier. You know, so like if I always wear black, you know what I'm saying? I always wear black. I don't know. That's just a thing for me, but that's what it represents to me. Like when you look at the flag, the red, black, and green, right? See, I'll break
Right.
down SPBTOP. Now you see SPBTOP for life is our thing, so you could always go on YouTube and look up our joint. You know, we got a YouTube channel too. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the breakdown, the red, black, and green for us is that the red represents the struggle.
The
Okay, right
blood.
at the bottom represents the blood struggle. All right.
The
Okay, the
green the
black.
green the green is the
Oh,
earth and the black is the power.
no, no, hold on. All right, well, that's your breakdown. I'm gonna tell you my breakdown. All right, and it's all good because it's not only one way to get to the goal, but the red is the blood, like you said, the struggle represents struggle. Black represents death. Okay, death to all falsehood. Okay, and
Mm.
that's part of the transition from the struggle, right? You wiping out falsehood with truth. All right, and the green represents paradise, which is the ultimate destination for the true soldier of the Most High, chosen and servant of the Most High. All right, so
Okay.
we affiliate, we deep in the struggle with the red. Okay, we wipe out falsehood. Okay, and we transcend on to the next level here and in the hereafter, and we obtain paradise, which is the goal and which is our reward for representing for the pleasure of Allah. All right, so that's another version that that you exposed to now. You know what I'm saying?
Kurt, you give me 30 more seconds, man, and I'm getting up out of here, y'all.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You can have the last narrative. I'm ready to go to sleep anyway. I got to work tomorrow.
Word up. All right, well, shoot, that was good, man. Daru, man. Daru, rookie night.
Yeah, you pissed me off,
Rookie of the
man.
night. that was Za, man. I keep telling you that was Za.
Where he go? Why
He
he ran
probably
on you?
Za was falling asleep. He probably sleep already. Za was falling asleep. He was falling asleep, but he already
Well,
I
you
asleep.
know,
know.
I always rock with you, Dawood.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. But I need y'all. I came in because I need y'all to know where I'm coming from. Because BJ always talking about we
Crazy.
victims and all that, and he know I ain't no victim. I ain't. Listen, I don't work for no white man.
I
I don't
forgot I
share no
said that,
money with the
Naima.
white.
I forgot I did say that.
Yeah,
I forgot I called him a victim. I said
yeah.
we gonna leave
That was
Kurt and
it.
Dawu with the women and children.
Hey, but
I forgot I said that.
BJ does that because he like to play devil's advocate. He like to create a rise
Peace,
so he can
Naima.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Hey, listen, and Kurt, that's how he learned. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That's how he
yeah.
learned. He messed with you to get all the knowledge out your head, so then he can satisfy, you know.
Oh man, yeah. That we'll come back up Friday, man. Come back up
Yeah,
Friday.
man.
Come back up Friday early, man. You got it down pat now.
I'll peep in when y'all saying something that I could talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I ain't gonna be able to make it on no more weekends cause
you start work, right?
Yeah, well, I started last week, Saturday. So my off days is Tuesday and Wednesday. So
Okay.
I'm cool with that cause I'm out there getting that bread.
Damn right.
All right,
Enjoy
Kurt,
it, man.
you know, I've been a big fan of yours, brother, man. Doing a
Appreciate
great
it.
job, brother.
Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Catch up with us on Friday, man. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace and love.
Peace and love. Salam alaikum.
All right. Wa alaikum salam. Peace, Kurt.
Peace.
Peace.